not obtained, and then afterwards, you will once obtain the max rarity that you're allowed to own that echo based on your databank's level. And what you'll usually do is just click on this track button and start looking at the echoes whose rarity are still missing. So, for example, if your databank is at level 10, you will have a 30% chance to obtain purple echoes and 70% chance to obtain blue echoes. This also means until you unlock databank level 15, the max rarity of an echo you can obtain from open world is going to be purple. Then after level 15, you will then be able to start farming gold echoes, or basically they're called 5-star echoes. Now, with the basics out of the way, the first thing you want to do is save up all the green and blue rarity echoes until you hit databank level 15, or even better, level 17. You see, in the data bank menu, if you go to the data merge option here, you can drop in any 5 echoes and then either 1 or 2 new echoes will come out. This process is completely random, but it does follow one critical rule. The rarity will depend on your current data bank level. So it's extremely important to save up these green and blue echoes that you have sitting in your inventory and then immediately use them up when you hit data bank level 15. Now, you might be wondering why. Well, because now you have a chance to obtain from this data merge the highest 5-star rarity echoes, and obviously, if you didn't have that rarity of the echo, this will also grant you data bank XP. Just look at me getting tons of new 5-star echoes, hence a lot of data bank XP after doing the data merge here. Also, if you take a close look here, we can see that at level 15, there's only 30% chance for a 5-star echo, but at level 17, the odds become better, and it's now 50%. So if you can keep holding these green and blue echoes until data bank level 17, you will have an even greater chance to obtain tons of new 5-star rarity echoes. Keep in mind, in order to unlock data bank level 15, you need to have reached union level 30, and then to unlock data bank level 19, you will need to be union level 40. So as you can see here, while I have maxed out the data bank level, I am only union level 32 as of recording this video, so it'll take a while for me before I hit union level 40. Now, if you didn't know already, co-op mode is a great way to farm the echoes with your friends or other players, since everyone's world will contain a certain amount of echoes, and they only reset after each day. So, in other words, you can hop between different player worlds and keep farming these echoes together, and this way you can forgo the usual limited amount of echoes you will have in your world. Also, co-op unlocks at union level 22, and you can join the other players' worlds by clicking this button here. Now, if co-op is not your cup of tea, and you just like to play solo, then my suggestion would be to save up your elite class echoes until you're done farming all the common echoes and the world bosses for the day. What do I mean by this? Well, obviously, as you already know, the data bank dictates the current rarity drop rate, so you definitely want to obtain elite class echoes with the most favorable rarity drop rate you can achieve for the day. And while there are plenty of common echoes to farm, and you can keep repeating and farming the world bosses over and over again, the elite echoes are a lot more rare. You can run out of them pretty fast. So keep this in mind if you're playing just by yourself and don't wanna or you cannot do co-op yet. Now, there's a few ways so you can quickly obtain 5-star echoes. I'll talk about red mist enemies in a moment, but first, have a look at this mode called Elusive Realm. I believe at Union level 17, you can start playing this game mode. It's pretty fun, at least to me, but what's more important here is that you can redeem 2 elite class echo selectors from the shop. It doesn't cost much. You can easily obtain the prints, and honestly, these 2 echoes are going to be insanely cracked, because not only all of them from the selector will have elemental damage as their main stat, but also they will belong to the set that matches the element. For example, Colcharo is an electric damage healer, right? Well, I just redeemed these elite echoes from the selectors, which both provide electric damage from their main stat and belong to the electric set. So as you can imagine, Colcharo now is a beast thanks to these insane 5-star stats. However, on the same note, don't fall for this trap here, where you can see some 5-star echoes in the shops where they all start with the word Phantom. You will find one of them in the Elusive Realm shop and a few more in the Points shop that you can redeem after doing Tower of Diversity and hologram challenges. Because here's the thing, these items right here are just the skins for the echoes you already own, hence why the name starts with Phantom. And some people also just call these echoes shiny versions. They don't add anything to your account besides just a custom look for that echo. So if you want to spend the resources on actually useful materials first, don't redeem these rewards just yet, only if the time is right. This next tip is a pretty quick one. If you take a look at the milestones book here, at least I didn't notice this at first, but you can actually obtain data bank experience by completing all the missions of each stage. And for example, you see this requirement to do 5 tacit fields to complete the mission. Well, as you know, tacit fields require weight plates, and it's not recommended to do until you get data bank level 15. And even then, it's better to spend weight plates on boss, character, and weapon materials first. However, in this case, for this specific mission, you just need to complete 5 different tacit fields, and you don't have to redeem the rewards with weight plates. So I have done this, which resulted in all completed missions, and I got a big chunk of XP to help level up my data bank. Now, this next crucial thing I learned has to do with the bosses. Okay, so first of all, as long as you have obtained a boss echo for each party member of your current team, and the main stat is kinda okay, let's say you reach data bank level 15, and now you can start farming these bosses for a 30% chance to obtain their 5-star version echo. Well, I would say, don't bother doing this, unless you badly need a crucial main stat from the boss, like attack percent or critical rate, because, as you know it, you can waste a lot of time by just trying to extract the echo from the boss, but if that's not enough, the chance to obtain the 5-star version of it, let's say at data bank level 15, is 30%, as you already know it. Instead, I would recommend for you to just push the data bank to level 17 first, which then increases 5-star chance to 50%. So at least now it's a point flip when it comes to determining the rarity of the boss's echo that just dropped, which is massively better than the 30% rate from level 15 data bank. However, here's another sneaky thing you probably haven't noticed. If we go back to the data bank, you see this enhanced drop rate sentence, and if you click on it, it shows target classes, overload/calamity, and remaining chances, which in my case is 0 out of 15. Well, every week on Monday, this counter resets back to 15. And now for the next 15 times you fight the world boss or the weekly boss, the chance for them to drop the echo increases by 90%. And later at data bank level 20, this will be a guaranteed 100% drop rate. And keep in mind, This counter will be reduced the moment you defeat the boss, not when playing the rewards. So here's my tip. Whenever you log in after the weekly reset, do the first 15 bosses that you would consider to be most beneficial to the current characters you're trying to build. For example, I have been getting really bad luck with Tempest Menace. I once obtained a 5-star version of it that has critical rate as main stat. When unwinding this and has prop rate resets, I will go and farm Tempest Menace boss, because now it's a 90% chance to leave an echo behind. So very easy to extract the echo, and then I can check the main stat after every fight, and if I get lucky and get what I want, and have remaining enhanced drop rate out of those 15 attempts, I would move on and do another boss for my other character I'm trying to build. Keep in mind, this enhanced drop rate does not guarantee a 5-star echo of the boss. It will still depend on the randomness that's seen here, but it does mean it will be very easy to extract the echo from the boss when they die, as long as this counter has remaining uses. Because, trust me, I have been fighting this stupid monkey over the weekend, and at one time, he didn't leave an echo behind after I defeated him like 8 times. So this can be a huge time saver if you have those enhanced drop rates remaining. Now, one more thing I want to talk about are the red mist enemies. If you didn't know, there's a specific number of these special enemies that can be defeated once in your world, and some of them can drop a guaranteed 5-star echo version of themselves. Now, some of them will drop a 4-star version, but you can still try and defeat them all if you can, and I will leave a link in the description where to find them all. Keep in mind, some of these fights can be very tedious and time-consuming. For example, this big bear I fought who is level 120, I basically just abused its line of sight and spammed range attacks for 10 by standing in a safe place. Same thing I also did with the scorpions here, and after I defeated them, I did get a 5-star bear and 5-star scorpion echoes. However, these two fights took me like half an hour because of my low level team. So keep in mind that some of these fights are very time consuming, and it might be worth it to just go and farm the regular echoes. And later on, you can come back and these enemies on your account is of higher unit level. But if you do attempt these fights, I highly recommend using ranged damage dealers like Montepmi, Chichia, and so on, because you can usually find the safe spot you can fire from and just keep spamming the attacks until the enemy is defeated. But yeah, I hope you found this video useful. I'm sorry if I don't post so much as other content creators when it comes to Wuthering Waves. I'm just trying to put in the hours to actually show you everything I achieved and share these tips so you can see them for yourself. So I would really appreciate it if you could press the like button on this video and subscribe to my channel, because I have some really good guys that will be coming out very soon. Anyway, thanks again for watching, and see you next time. Welcome guys to the brand new video on Wuthering Waves. Now, there is a method that you can use to try and get beyond on day 1. Now, it is going to be legal, so the game has been out for 2 days now, but I think right now, if you start the brand new account, progression should be faster and you'll have more my start time on day 1 compared to how it happens when game was released. Honestly, today is the best time to reload, because you can have progression, and it's tomorrow when the game gives you the selector thing that makes it select a 5-star counter, you are in a better position. You don't have to reload tomorrow when you give you the selector. Honestly, it's perfectly fine, if not better to reload right now, because you don't miss out on 1 day of progression. So I do think it is the best time for you guys to reload for Geon, but again, there is literally no reason to reload if you're reloading 4 weeks. If you want to get a standard balance character, you have basically 2 options to get a specific 5-star standard balance character that you want. So I think when people say do not reload or there's no reason to reload, they are correct. There is no reason to reload for any standard balance character, but when it comes to Geon, technically there is, because you guys also want to get Geon in, and you don't want to really use any extra resources to try and get Geon with your account, then you want to keep it for free. So the free multiplayer they you don't want to go ahead and progress the game, and every single song you use to try and get Geon that way. I think that is just the worst way of playing the game if you want specifically aiming for Geon. So I think it's better right now just to create a brand new account and do this exact same thing I'm going to be doing right now. So first, when you log into the game and you go through the tutorial, you reach the point where you can summon, you will have about 40 of the standard tools in your account in the no box, and then you will have 20 of the limited summons as well. Now, that is 20 summons, however, you get an additional 10 when you finish your summons on the Novice banner using standard tools. I'll be showing you guys the gameplay right now that I just basically did the exact same thing. Now, essentially, the full notes is that way, get your guaranteed 5-star character. I think there's 3 particular ones you guys are aiming for, which is Endfall, Couchara, and then last one, the first one, Arena. All 3 of those ones. It doesn't really matter, I don't still get anything gang. I think that's just really nice. So, again, you can get any 5-star character, that's fine. And now, when you actually now want to summon the Geon, you will have a lot of items that you can exchange to get some more premium or limited pools. So you go into the shop, you exchange all of that, you now have the extra multi plus a couple of other singles. And this is when you finish your reroll, when you finish talking to advising, so therefore you can do all that, but you at unit level 4. So to take this even a step further and get extra more singles for Geon, what you could do is go all the way to unit level 5. There is going to be a character that you can go to and basically farm 4 times to basically get to unit level 5. Then you unlock in day 1 login slot, you can do 1 extra pull for the standard banner, and then you get unit level 5, so you get 5 extra pull for the standard banner as well, which you can then go ahead and use on the standard banner, but you're not really paying for anyone from that. What you want is the exchange materials to then exchange it for the limited pools in the shop as well. So you can use that for GR. So you would have 3+ multis you can do on GR on day 1 just after 50 minutes of starting an account. That is way better in my opinion than playing for a whole day of one account, getting all the pools, and then summing with GR and then losing a 50-50. You just have that safety net, I guess. Back in the video today, I'm going over what I believe should be the characters everyone should be building from a meta perspective, in my opinion. And realistically, every character can work. Don't want to spend resources way too thin. But before we get into the characters that you should be building, one thing I think we should cover directly is team building in this game. So it's really simple, and it's just a horrible team by the way. This might feel horrible, and it's not good. We'll explain why in a moment. But when you're building any team in Wizard Wave, it's very simple in the fact that it's not like Genshin and it's not like Star Rail there. The supports are the main factor of your builds. You can have a great DPS on the team, let's say someone like a Tartaglia. It's a pretty valid DPS, but without the proper supports, it's nothing. You can't do anything. This game is actually more centered around your DPS. It's really not with that many support healers in the game. So let's talk about this. Your first slot, you're really looking for first DPS because it's the odds with your on-field damage dealer. So for Calbro in here, as an example, shut the fuck up. And for your second slot, you want some sort of sub DPS, whether they're going to be on-field damage, CC, whatever the case may be. You can throw someone in here like Yang Yang. But your third one, you really only have 2 genuine supports in the game. Is Farina or Baiji. And Baiji is free play. You get her off your first wish. We'll throw Baiji here for example. And this is how it's going to work. You want to have your main DPS on field. Your sub DPS is going to obviously swap out when you need to kind of get the main DPS a little bit above. In this case, Calbro's on field doing his crazy damage. Yang Yang is going to not only providing CC for Calbro, but funneling energy into Calbro's Resonance Generation when she uses her outro skill. And Baiji just doesn't know he dies. You know, Baiji is really, really good at just sustaining the team. I mean, simply all you have to do, if you are dying, actually, I would throw Donjin here because Donjin takes her health away just by herself. I'm going to E a few times, right? So, you know, and then we heal a little late there. But their health is not really yet again, and then Yang Yang would obviously funnel, you know, with your intro, outro, etc. So that is the basis of team building. Now, as time goes on, and we get more supports in the game, and not just literally 2 healers, I can see the team comp's getting a little bit more support heavy. But even that, I really think the main focus is always going to be DPS and sub DPS. Now, let's say you put Brina here, instead you want to throw another main DPS here like Gion, and then you want to throw something like Mortefi. Mortefi, as I said previously, is like Genshin Impact, he's literally Kairos and Joe. So Gion's going to do much damage. He has no CC with his ultimate. He swaps Mortefi, and he will do his ultimate, which will give you extra damage on your chick. If you hit, will then have pyro damage. Also, his outro skill will buff Gion. And then Brina's a healer, and Brina buff the fuck out of everybody. So why is this a bad team? We have a main DPS here. We have an unbuilt Yang Yang, who really isn't doing anything other than funneling, and Donjin with the DPS. She can also be a sub DPS. We're going to cover her a little bit, but I have no sustain. I consistently die. I really do. Like, I die all the time because she dies, and then it's tearing a little hard, and Donjin beats up her own health. So this is a horrendous team. This is something you should not follow. This is an example of a bad team. And that's the basis of team building. It's important to understand this so that way now you know, okay, who do I want to fit these roles? Now let's go over kits. Let's actually break down some of these characters that I think you should be building and why you should be building. So starting off with DPSs, I would say prioritize really whatever DPS you have. You will start off with Chixia. I personally do not like this character. They're just not for me. They're not my favorite. But if you enjoy this character and they're going to be your main DPS, that is fine. But when they level up over here, the 14 circuit talent tree, this is where they're going to get their big pass. The max traumatic bullets by 10 rounds. Damage resistance skill will 50. So she gets a massive increase in her 14 circuit by 10 bullets, but then damage is up by 50. That's pretty sick. And then she's also getting the traumatic bullets that hit the target where a resistance skill, Doctor. She's attacked by 1%, 10 seconds stack 30 times. So she can get some very good damage out there. And she's free. So it's not a bad option. It's not my first option, just the fact you really can't carry with them, and I feel like swapping out Harry gets a little annoying. The bosses. But it's an option, and if you build that is valid. The next character I would really personally look at as a main DPS, and obviously it's depends on what you pick for your gotcha. You got your standard, English standard is Palchara. This homie is very good. He is slow. There is a little bit of learning curve when you're playing with someone like him, as opposed to even Gion, who has faster attacks. Gion's attacks are slow, but he's a very good DPS with what he does. Palchara is 14 circuit. He has 3 lines here. In order to gain something with 14 circuit, you have to hit your E. Now it is a little bit of a timing thing. You have to time your E right, and once you pull down the heavy attack line, there's extra damage with that. So pretty straightforward in terms of the 14 circuit. It really is time mechanic. Now I can't really attack a bullet. Yeah, his outro skill is pretty good as well as 4 DPS. He's just leaving more DPS on the field for you. You know, as you saw right there. We did a few little bit of extra damage over while he wasn't on his ultimate is pretty straightforward, honestly. It's nothing too crazy. We're going to get his Resonance Liberation here. So we have the Resonance Liberation. I'm going to activate this. Now, in order for you to get the stacks, you just simply have to hit normal attacks on the enemy. So you hit normal attacks, and then you can get to 5 stacks, and then you do another charge attack and bam, even more damage. So that's pretty much like the basis of his kit. The problem where he gets a little complicated, or I guess not as a little bit more tough, is his parrying. So I'm going to show you right here. His parrying style, like I said, is very slow. So you have to get the time right, or if going to die like that, I get the time right. So his parrying can be a little rough, but the good thing about it is his Forte Circuit upgrades pretty badly. So when casting Heavy Attack Mercy, Cartero's Resurrection damage bonus is by 10%, 15 seconds, so you're getting a buff to his ult damage, as well as when Heavy Attack Death Messenger hits the target, damage taken by Cartero is reduced from 15% for 5 seconds. So he's getting a buff to his burst, but he's also getting damage reduction, and he does get built-in crit damage with his kit, which is always nice as well. So that's very good. Palchero teams, I mean, we went over it previously, but just quickly, again, ideal team you're looking at is something right now like Mortefi, Marina. These two are really going to be tied together for a very long time for a lot of DPSs. Sidebar. So these two, have them, build them. They're going to go with pretty much almost every single character that is a DPS in this game, period. Once Yinlin comes out, we're going to be replaced with Yinlin, or, you can even run something like Yanwu and Marina in terms of double Electro. The other two DPSs are Encore and Lingyang. I don't have these two as of yet. I know Encore is very good. She's very strong. The only problem is I know that if you're carrying, she only carry in her ultimate mode unless if you jump into the plunging attack down her ultimate mode. But her kit seems pretty good as well. She has huge damage bonus here. The Great Resonance Liberation. Encore's AP is above 7%. Damage dealt is increased by 10. The Resonance Skill Flame Woolies, the Resonance Skill Cosmos Rampage is cast. Encore even damage bonus by 10% for 10 seconds. So you're just looking at a bunch more damage. Good character. Again, I really think, again, the baseline supports are going to be attack. Reno gets the Lantern. And then Lingyang is not bad anymore. They did buff Lingyang. Lingyang is pretty good. He's getting glacial damage from his passes over here, and then his intro skill is increased by 50%. So it's not that bad. Lingyang enters the battle with their glacial damage, and then his other passive is going to be once he's in the Striding Lion state, which is this, his burst. Within 3 seconds after each basic attack, the next mounted roamer will deal additional glacial damage equal to 150% of mounted roamer's damage, considered as resonant skill damage. Translation, you're doing even more damage. With Lingyang, I assume probably run things like Sanhua, or maybe some of the glacial combo, but Sanhua, Baiji. If you got them, build them. You need a main DPS. You really need a main DPS. That's really the important of it. Now, obviously, the next character that I personally have is Gion. Gion is the best DPS in the game. I've never actually got the full in-depth guide on Gion. If you want to go check it out, it goes over his echoes, his substats, etc., his weapons, etc. Gion's amazing, man. Gion's an arrow character. He gives himself his own CC, and he does give himself crit rate, which is a massive W. His crit rate is so rare in this game. I mean, as you can see, you start off with 5 crit rate and 150 crit damage. So you really want to lock in on these crit rate substats. That really helps a lot. And then his fortes are going to do after casting the interest attack and strike. Gion's attack will be 10 seconds for 15 seconds. Combining this with a bunch of other character buffs to go over to a minute. Not only will Gion be getting a buff from, let's say, Marina's intro skill, he's then going to be buffing his own self with the intro skill, getting even more damage. And the next one is pretty cracked as well. When Gion's attack hit a target, Gion's crit damage increased by 12 seconds for 8%. Bro, this dude's killing it. He's doing great. Gion's gameplay is very simple. Just a quick showcase. You get your Forte Circuit halfway or full, he's going to do extra damage with his E. Or once it's halfway or full, he does a burst, and when it's burst, he uses Resonance Liberation. It actually does extra damage. I'll show you right now. It's going to do an extra animation that provides more damage. So let's get this up real quick. And then watch what's bad. Do the second attack. If Gion's Forte Circuit is not halfway or full, he's not got that extra attack. They're killing right now. And then obviously this is CC. He just sucks the enemy up himself. Again, what is the best thing about what it's going to be a surprise? It's going to be Gion. It's going to be but these are just genuinely great teams. The rotations for this is even simple. If you see, look, next character on the field gains 38% heavy attack damage percent. Mortefi, Gion's ultimate transfers all of his normal attack into heavy attack damage, which is perfect. Rating his next character by 19% of her attack per second for 6 seconds, and all characters on nearby team give 50% all of the damage for 30 seconds. There's another type of damage. So they're both funneling in. And this is why these two are going to be a go-to combination. Also with the same DPS is crazy. Now the last DPS I wanted to go over, and this one is tricky, is Donjin. Donjin is my favorite character. I have the most fun with Donjin. I think she's amazing. She's a great unit, but she is very high risk, but high reward. So how Donjin works is pretty simple. You watch any of our other videos, you got to use Donjin, for example, in all of them. Donjin is going to use her E. It's an echo. Donjin is going to use her E, and drains her health, you can see here, and is giving her some Forte Circuit energy. When her Forte Circuit energy is full, you can charge attack, and it heals you, but it also gives you more damage. Now you want to try to get her damage as low as possible, just because she does the most damage when she's closer to death. So you want to try to do that. So we're going to just get that down, and then bam, some healings. So the lowest you'll go right now, I think it's like 10% of her health, and then bam, it doesn't healing. This is also C0. I remember C6. I'm doing a C6 guy later. She is hard. Play with it. That's why I'm trying to get good. She's really sick. We'll look at her kit real quick. She's dealing with having damage. She got that damage bonus. Her inherent skill is damage with resonance skill, Crimson Road, triggered by Dodge Counter, Ruby Shades, which increased by 20%. The HP cost and stacks of Ruby Blossom recover and double. Which is sick. Love that. That would not dying as much. And the final one, after casting the resonance skill, Sandwich Pulse, Dodge's heavy attack damage increased by 30% in 5 seconds. So that's perfect because you're casting the resonance skill, right, to get your bar full anyway before you get the heavy attack. You're guaranteed to get a heavy attack with an extra 30% damage buff. So this is great. Again, if we're looking team comp wise, this is just such a good combo. This doesn't work for every single team. This could work for as soon as possible. But this is not going to standard. Again, you know what happens? You're going to get the heavy attack damage, perfect for dodging, multiply off the heavy attack damage, and you're giving these skills, but also some healing as well. Now, obviously, you don't want too much healing because one damage is too low, but if you set your timing right, hypothetically, you should be able to have low health for dodging, but also get this heavy attack damage off the 14 circuit. Amazing, I would recommend if you really want to. That's a good spot for the DPS, man. You know, you can't run over.
So we're teaming up. Used to fight.
Building or Gion, Calgaro, Dungeon, Encore, Ling Yang, they both work. Encore's not my cup of tea, and Ling Yang is very combo heavy, so those two to me are the lowest of the tiers, but they still work. And Chixia and T, in my opinion, so bottom. Now, we're going into sub DPS role. Wow, look who's on screen. Mortefi. Let's break down this hit a little bit more. Why do you want to build Mortefi? If you haven't noticed yet, this dude works with 1 million people. He works with 1 million people, bro. So, quickly, he's an user. He is going to be getting fusion damage with these level ups here, and his inherent skill is going to be magic casting, resonance skill, passionate, variation. The damage resonance skill here fusion is increased by 25%. Well, you know, he's not really here to be on field for that long. He's really here to get the buff for your main DPS, but this is a nice little upgrade. During Resonance Liberation Burning Ration, each hit of Resonance Liberation Mercado will increase the damage of the next Resonance Liberation Mercado by 1.5%, which can be triggered once every 0.35 seconds, back up to 50 times. This effectively reset after the Resonance Liberation Burning Ration end. That is so broken, because his Resonance Liberation gives him this little buff to get light shown on the field every normal attack, every heavy attack. He does these 4D attacks, so let's look at this so you can see. Go back to the trial. So we're going to get his skill here. We're going to get his burst real quick. So that's his Resonance skill, you know, with the 14 circuit. You get the 14 circuit up all the way. You catch your E, you get more damage. You see, alright, so now, man, I'm going to cast his Resonance Liberation. We're going to swap to Yang, and you're going to see every attack goes up for 4 attacks. So you're seeing the 2 damage numbers. You're seeing the 2 colors, the arrow and that. So when you unlock that max passive, that's a pretty big bump. That's a substantially big bump. On top of the fact, as we saw, his outro skill is buffing the next person's heavy attack damage by 30+%. So this is one of the best options in the game. If you have him, build him. There's no reason to not build him. By 38% of the exact percent. So amazing sub DPS, cannot go wrong with him. Now, going over to other sub DPS that are genuinely amazing as well. One in Yang. Well, wow, surprise. Free to play character works amazing. They're getting their arrow damage increase over here. Yang recovers 30 stamina compared to has their attack special. Yang's arrow damage bonus for 8 seconds every yes, first build. These are really not that great. I'm not gonna lie. They're not the worst thing ever, but they're not the best thing ever. You know, the stamina can come into play when you're running out of stamina and you're not being able to dodge in combat. So I can see that being situational, but we're not really on fielding her. This is the reason why we're using Yang. Yang recovers more resonance energy per second over 5 seconds than the next character on screen. So if I were to plug Yang right now, I'll probably no resonance duration at all. We're getting internal energy, bam, now we're responsive to Calvero, and look, I'm not doing anything, and it's still going down. That's a pretty decent funnel. You know, that is not bad. So obviously when you coordinate some more attacks, abilities, and whatnot, you're going to use more energy. So and then also, her skill, her burst, look here, CC. She's out. Great unit. Again, CC. It's not as much CC as someone like Ganya, which we guys with a bit. I compare it with like the players like she grows bit, it's like that. Venti/Kada. But again, solid. Works. You know, works in a plethora of team comps. Honestly. Not that this is a bad team comp. You know, you run a Kalkaro, you want to run Baiji, you want to run, you know, super free to play. Let's say you don't have the attack. Let's say you didn't even pull in the Young Banner. You could throw Yang here instead. You could throw Encore here instead. If you wanted to, you could throw Chixie here instead. These two are a staple of the game. We'll get to Baiji once we get to the healers. The healers are at least important for the long, you know, the healer sections too. But overall, a very good unit. Now, for the sub DPSs, another one that I would highly recommend is going to be Yonwu. Yonwu is very good. Very, very good. Yonwu gets the electro damage bonus. He is then also the damage multiplier of Resonance Skill of Thundering, uprising increased by 40%. His depletion of enemy vibration strength is in hand. So Yonwu's skill is very simple. He throws down this little fucking brick on the floor. Real quick. It's going to throw this down on the floor, and bam, it's going to be a radius and how long it goes. They're going to go, yep, and then it'll just do consistent AoE damage, so there's visual, you swap out to whatever you get. You have to be, and that way you have the electro damage on top of whatever. He's very good once again. Just by completing the abyss, you have to turn around and the abyss and get him. Now, then the second task, rain the resonance of the thundering field and thunder uprising will greatly expand. When exiting during combat, if brightness is not full, not only will automatically leave one resonance field thundering when differently. Not only will wire you that you have the potential to leave one unfield, which is amazing. His outro skill unleashes thunderbolts in the area centered around the skill target, begins with vibration strength of enemies. Impact and intro skill is doing electro damage. So nothing too crazy on these, these are pretty solid, but the main thing you're really looking for is the skill usage and trying to get to this because this is really the AoE of it. But again, which you work with, you can work with Valchero, you can work with Inland, you can work with really anyone you want. I think the great thing about this game is as long as you follow the DPS, sub-DPS healer thing, you can really make it work although not all the same. Best. You can work. Now, the thing about Donjon, I love Donjon, but Donjon has the potential to be sub-DPS as well, let me explain. So if you don't want to utilize Donjon the way I would, maybe for me DPS consistently living on the edge, well, like the rare and shit, intro skill, the outro skill is very good. The next character or other characters on a nearby team that activates an outro skill means 23% havoc damage even for 14 seconds until you're switched off the field. So they are getting a 23% damage buff against the enemies with the outro skill. So, most DPS don't buff the next character that is coming on field. Gion's not doing that. Capcor's not doing that. But Donjon can work in the sub DPS role. I don't think we have other having characters. We have but could run her in sub DPS. Yeah. I personally don't know how I play her, but it is a possibility. Now, there is a team that you could run her with, but I don't recommend anything. Spoilers, but I will say, stop. That's all I'm going to say. We'll find out. So I personally, the two characters I'm probably going to get a little bit of hate for not recommending them. So I'm not going to say I wouldn't necessarily recommend Willie Johnson. I think you should Willie Johnson. I don't like Couchy first. So Couchy is a shielder, kind of area, even if you play Engine Impact. It's just not for me, but also realistically, the thing with this game is it's similar to Elden Ring, it's similar to Soul Series, or any really hard game like that. You're just going to get one shot in the encounter. Once you get to the point where the game gets that hard, whether you have a shield or a shield, it really isn't very extended. We'll bring out her kit though, so she does get tag ascension passes, and then during the duration of the resonant skill, Rocksteady Shield carries defense increased by 15%, and then after heavy attack strategic parry, it successfully triggered 25 stamina is recovered. But yeah, I don't feel the need to build her now. Jean Yun is good, a very, very good character with very good CC. Just the problem is, A, how much do you really need CC, and B, how much is that really, really going to be helping you. So, right now, she's going to be getting her rate, which is nice, and her rate's always good. Her skill puts her in a parry stance, and the forte circuit, once you have her forte circuit built up, so you need to do normal attack, to get her forte circuit, you build it up, you do this like thing, and you pretty much generate shield over yourself. The problem with generating her shield is the time it takes to do so. Look at this. This is the problem that I'm talking about. I know she gets some sort of interruption resistance when you're doing this, but that is a very, very, very long time to shield the character. At that point, I don't think you're going to have the time to do that if you're fighting an hologram boss. If you're going to be this, the only thing what you really use for is the CC option, which is for ult. So, not a bad unit, but it would definitely be on my priority list with characters. Love Couchy, obviously, especially because of the CC. But we'll look at the intro outro. So, intro skill pulls the target within the range of dealing arrow damage to get more CC. And outro, the next character on nearby gains 38% resistance duration damage even for 14 seconds until they switch off the field. Sure, outro skill is very good. Outro skill is very good as well, but I just think there's better choices here. Damage and resistance duration here, force field increased by 20%, and the shield obtained with heavy attack and more than 2 spirals increased by 20. I just don't think it's as impressive as some other sub DPSs in the game. Now, Sanhua is a very, very good sub DPS. Sanhua is amazing, and everyone gets for free. You log in 5 days. Sanhua is pretty simple. So she's gonna get glacier damage, which is great. Her resistance skill throwing down this little glacier thing. I mean, it's pretty sick. Her burst deals more glacier damage. Her 14 circuit's like a little bit of like a mini game. It's a timing thing. If you can get the timing done right, she does even more damage. Her intro skill just comes down to glacier damage. Her outro skill is what really helps her in the sub DPS category a lot. The next character gains 38% basic attack damage even for 14 seconds or until they switch off the field. Get the boost. His damage double Sanhua's resonance skill increased by 20% for 8 seconds after casting her intro skill. So they're rewarding you to get in there, do her intro skill, do her actual skill, then you get that massive damage buff, and then hopefully by the time you get your eternal energy up or great build, swap out. Bam. So it's just a great burst of damage, and then also damage done by Sanhua's forte circuit. Ice burst increased by 20% for 8 seconds after casting basic attack 5. She's a little combo heavy, and there is a little bit of timing thing with her forte circuit, but if you're good, she's great. She's great. She's absolutely a great sub DPS here. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know a lot about Alto. I haven't really tested them a bunch. I don't want to sit here and tell you something wrong or what works and what doesn't work. If you know, let me know. I really haven't sat down and tested them. We haven't had any sub DPS. We're looking at Cortevi as being possibly the best. I would prioritize Cortevi, prioritize Sanhua, I would prioritize Yangwu. You could go Jongshin, not my favorite, but possible, and you could go down to the guys to sub DPS for that one specific team. And obviously, yeah, Yang should be a top priority. Yang should be a top priority. Now the healers. There's only 2, and you get one all for free. YG and Marina. Now, YG is like Marina's little sister. And what I mean by that is this. Going over her kit, you get your healing bonuses increased. Beautiful. For intro skill, YG calls you card perform a plunging attack, your little homie, while restoring each to all team members. So when you swap out of her, you're already getting an HP, which is beautiful. We love that. So immediately offer healing. The outro YG heals the next character or other characters by 1.54% of max HP every 3 seconds for 30 seconds. The healed characters also gain a 50% all type damage even for 6 seconds. So 6 seconds is not a lot of time. Oh, in some cases, consider I'm just saying, but this can work. And again, not only are you getting healing, you're getting buffing for your all character. Got the full T-circuit buffs, but YG casts Resident Skill, Energy, Emergency Plan. Each time generates a field of Euphoria that lasts 15 seconds. The attack of the Resonator picks up Euphoria is increased by 15% for 20 seconds. Again, just more buffs. And YG's heavy attack heals team members with the lowest HP by 125% of our max HP upon hitting heavy. You're going to use your heavy attack quite often. Our heavy attack is very spammable. You can actually move it around quite a bit. So, YG's an easy man. Great healer. If you don't choose Farina, build YG. Build YG. That's it. It's simple. But choose Farina. Choose Farina. They give you 3 free standard characters. Out of the 3, 1 should be Farina, bro. Farina is the best healer and potentially the best buffer in the game. Let's break this down. Intro skill, Farina attacks the target, does special damage, whatever. She gets your healing bonus, same as YG. Her outro skill, Farina heals the next character by 90% of her attack per second for 6 seconds. All characters on nearby team gain 15% damage for 30. Instead of a 6% damage buff, you're getting a 30 seconds. 30 seconds plus 6 is a lot, bro. That is perfect for on-field DPS to dish out even more damage, and it's not as much of a cramped time style. The passes are pretty cool as well. When Farina casts heavy attack, star booms, midair, resonance liberation, or outro skill, attack for all party members increased by 20% for 20 seconds. So you're getting even more of an attack buff, and Farina protects a party member from fatal damage, grants shield, strengthens to 120% of Farina's attack, lasting for 10 seconds. So realistically, bro, she's the best. This talent, if you play against the deck, it's like C6 Cookie. You can't die with that one character. If the character's about to die on the team and you have this skill active, they will not die. They have that little last stand type of thing, and you can heal them. She's amazing. Again, team comps, she's going to be in there, bro. She and YG are going to be almost irreplaceable. And Mortefi, Sanhua, and Yang Yang, I think, are going to be the best really sub DPSs. And then the main DPS just depends on who you have and what your playstyle is. Now, obviously, when Yinlin comes out, Yinlin's going to be an amazing sub DPS that damages characters elemental burst as well. So you'll be seeing her in a lot of team comps, even without bro. But overall, man, this is what I think you should be building. This is how I think you should be running your team comps. And let me know what you think. This is my opinion. I love you. I'll see you in the next one.
What I wanted to be, what I wanted to do. So that I wanted to connect.
Number 1, snails. Certain types of snails have a mating ritual involving the Russian roulette sperm stabbing or shooting contest. Hear me out. Pretty much snails will shoot or stab each other with sperm darts until one of them gets pregnant first. Hello YouTube! I'm Emo31, I'm after here. We are ranked 4 as self defense. I just want to go over a quick video because I think a lot of you guys are progressing super fast. I'm making you level 30. And I want to tell you guys what to expect and also how you can prioritize your time now. And now you'll see overall knowledge. What the hell am I supposed to do? Okay? Already starting to form here. But essentially the first major thing, okay? The first major thing that happens at level 30 is, you might have noticed you've been farming, but database 15 is where you can start getting 5 stars. If you are below being level 30, you might be here, but you'll notice you can't actually claim it. Which means that once you're at level 30, now you can access the 5 stars. Okay? So there's a couple things about the 5 stars that are really cool. First off is, it's only a 30% chance here, but if you move up 2 levels, 17, it increases to 50%. Okay? Now, you can't even push to 19, 80% drop rate, but viewers who have gotten here, you can't actually claim the hit 19 until you are level 40. So there's no here. Which means the max percentage from 30 to 39 is going to be 50%. Okay? So if you have time and hit medium level 30, I recommend first thing to do is finding your data bank, put in percentage. 117. The only difference between 17 and 18 is the enhanced drop rate, 89%. And honestly, I don't even know how the hell this works. First thing is 15. The second thing is for the data bank. Make sure that you're using a gallery. Define my avatar here. You'll notice in here, if you click on something, find anything. Just an example. Let's see, I want to find a button. I don't have a little button yet. I would only recommend doing this if your data bank 15 is empty. Because the echoes that you get from this burst system, if you leave here, they are dependent on your data bank level. Rarity is subject to your data bank level. So if you don't have level 15 data bank, you cannot get full echoes from this. Any echo that you get from here, if you have not gotten it before, it will help you further with your data bank. I did it at 17, and I got all of this EXP that you see right here just from data merge. If you data merge, you can still have them here, but just use your blues and greens. If you honestly, okay, you know, use the blues here. So this I would say minimum, give you level 30 and data 15. Okay. Oh, yes. This is what I wanted to show you guys. Passive views. So if you guys have noticed maybe in the game, these are essentially artifact domains. So these are artifact domains.
Hepsi.
Are dependent on your data bank. You also can see the total
Hepsi.
because I can get air damage, take place damage here. Hello, you need level 30, it's not worth to do this. Oh, that's also important. Someone in the chat said, if you are using level 30 and your data bank is lower than 15, that should be your number one priority. Okay? Number one priority is maybe you're at 12, for example. You know, you haven't been really focusing on it too much, or you haven't had much time to grind. Once you're level 30, you still can't access the 5 stars until this is rank 15. So definitely prioritize it. Go through your world, use this gallery thing, search for every mob. Small bit of advice, I think it's really important. All of these overlord class bosses that you guys have to, and you have these boss counts. Every single one of these can drop an echo. Every single one of these can drop an echo. You can kill the boss and ignore the wave plate consumption. Just kill the boss over and over again. These bosses respawn every 2 minutes. It's pretty quick. You don't need to use wave plate. Just kill them over and over. Repeat it.
Eine Jedi wurde gestern Abend ermordet.
Ich habe sie ausgebildet. Lassen Sie die Verantwortung tragen.
Stellt euch der Vergangenheit. Bloß eine kleine Rolle.
Was ist da? Willkommen zu dieser Premiere mit 2 Folgen am 5. Juni exklusiv auf Disney Plus zu streamen.
Manche Comebacks sind garantiert. Karma, deine Ex, Pickel. Okay, stopp. Hinauskomiomet wird schnell und stoppt Pickel direkt an der Wurzel. Mit Anti-Rückfallwirkung. 1 Jahr lang. Und das kann sonst keiner. Pickel weg ohne Comeback. Mit Avent-Komiomet.
Repeatedly kill them. And Dreamless and the Dune Turtle, these also drop echoes. So you can go in here. You can proceed through this. I'll just wait. You can do this domain. You can use the lowest level. You can challenge it. It's level 40. Probably pretty weak right now. Let's still really quick. Okay, do I get an echo? Okay. So you're watching. I can absorb this echo. And I have purple. But I don't have to claim this. And then you just leave. Well, you guys find out of this. Okay, but the 2 of the 3 weekly bosses you can absorb an echo from. And that will help you for your echo gallery. You don't have to claim anything. Right? This is the actual thing that you can play. You just exit away. And then you can literally go back again. You can do this over and over. You literally just go back here. You do the easiest level. I just time it again. Okay, so this one did not spawn an echo. That's okay. I'm just showing you guys if you can kill it again, and it's fine. Just keep on leaving. Going back to the boss challenges, we can challenge the Scar. Scar does not have an echo, and you can see he's considered a human enemy. Humans don't drop echoes. But the big turtle ass thing does drop an echo, and so does this challenge. It does drop an echo. You can check in here, go to your data bank, look at it. Yeah, the Dreamless here. You can see right here. Dreamless is different than Crownless. Both of these are 2 different things. They both drop independent echoes of each other. And Belmore. I actually only have the blue one. But this one also drops an echo. You guys can see here. What else did I miss? Oh, I need to farm Cassidus here. Alright, I'm gonna farm one of these concept, and hopefully we'll get some cool echoes here. Okay, GG. I guess not. Yeah, so useless is 10% lucky. All of these echoes, by the way, that you get in the passive Discord, if you don't have them already, they will also contribute to your database. So everything really does. Farming passive Discord, I believe, is affected by this. I tried doing it at database 15, and I believe I got like 4 gold out of like 16, 17, which is what I'm at now. I just got 2 at 2. I don't have that much data sample. For level 30, that's like fairly important for this time. Try artifact the data overall. Maybe we'll go for enhanced drop rate. I don't know. Yeah, this I don't think it works right now. Because I've been doing a bunch of Overlord Calamity. Overlord Calamity is the world boss and weekly boss. I've been doing a bunch of those. Getting like anything here. I think the last thing I want to mention is if you go to tutorial, you might have noticed these ones are significantly higher level usually than what you'll find in like my current content. I recommend doing these with friends. These also contribute to your database, and every single time you do, you'll always get a purple or gold depending on it. So I'm gonna show you a little bit of footage because I did this a little bit earlier with some of my friends. Yeah, it really helps for people that are. This guns are still RNG though, so you don't have to make note of that. And it does say at the bottom here that these guns are just weekly. I don't know how. Maybe it's weekly, but maybe they do come back. And these are like essentially farmable, guaranteed 5 stars of various types. Anything else that's worth pointing out? This is really changes the purples. Second challenge, yeah, bolts. Boss challenges remain the same. Echoes is the important one. We got graded. Weekly challenges, so I can do these. Yeah, I guess I've been forgetting. It's not related to level 30, but still important. These middle nodes, remember to do your weekly bosses because these require the prompts from the weekly bosses. So just as an example, Reyna, hers is the attack percent boost. Really important. Rover gets a 60% damage increase to her skill. And then John Jean is 20% damage. It's like the most important node out of all of these, really. And that's the middle one. You can use the 130 for mining. I guess last thing Union level 30, most of your stamina will probably be spent on trying to upgrade items. So that means that for your character level, I would highly recommend farming it 330. Let's just an example. My blade is a level 50, right? These materials, I would recommend farming 330. While you can farm level 30, I think most of you want it to be to get into gearing. I farm my gun not able to extend it to 60.
Teraz,
The funny thing is,
wollte hier diese Kopf machen, danach drauflegen. Oh, das ist Naturfarben, Jenny. Blau, braun, grün.
30, the mobs get
Amor, bist du bescheuert? Salak
you are
mısın?
running, lose,
Amor,
and
du hast
upgrade
braun Augen,
echoes,
willst du
you're
denn
gonna
noch?
do no damage.
Amor, Naturfarben, bist du bescheuert? Blau, grün, ay, blau, braun, grün. Oh, das.
Well,
Wieder mal. Dieses Mal mit grünen Augen.
we're unsure about how to use your stamina upgrade, right? You're going to do all the quests. Make sure you do all the quests. Okay, do the big quests. Good luck. Once you are Union level 30, the RNG of the game begins, essentially. This is where you farm your echoes, go for the main stats. There is no higher rating than gold, so good luck. Okay, you can be like me and get really unlucky and just like get defense and HP because it's but it's plus 20 with 5 speed and 5 defense. You want to know how much it costs, by the way? Let me show you. This is how much it costs. It costs 64,000 EXP. 64,000 EXP for the last 5 levels. Just as a comparison, okay, a plus 4 to 64,000 EXP is essentially 1 to 18 on the same type, right? So 2025 is the same as 0 to 15. Kind of sucks. Oh yeah, when upgrading echoes, I recommend keeping between 10 and 15. Actually, that is really, really expensive. Plus 15 on the main set that really matters to you. Yeah, this is like cost efficiency, right? Plus 25, only the ones that like have at least 3 or 4 relevant substats that you're looking for, because it's super expensive. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, by the way. I'm streaming a lot of my progress on Twitch. You know where to find me. Twitch.tv/flex. Okay? Anyways, good luck on your farming. And we will see you guys when I get to Union level 40. Bye-bye.
Ein Starbucks-Kaffee fühlt sich an wie Kaffee. Starbucks by Nespresso.
Hello guys, welcome back. Now in today's video I wanted to show you how I did this. I farmed all the way up until the end. It only took me a day. So you can do this too. It's very fast, very efficient, but you do need to grind, right? It is fast, but you also need to grind. And the method that I used was to rush a certain milestone on these levels and get myself up to the next tier as soon as possible by helping myself with the target farming data bank, the merging, and on the guidebook, the milestone rewards. Because the milestone rewards, as you can see here, from level 1, they give you an echo, asteroid, and they give you this, which is data bank experience. Gives you 30 here, 30 here, 30 here, 50 at level 4, 60 at level 5, and 100 at level 6, which is very, very hard to do. Very, very hard to do, and needs a lot of materials, so don't worry about 6. But until 5, you should be able to do it. It also gives you extra echoes. Now, going back to it, there are certain threshold and milestone that you should be rushing thanks to all these methods. And it's the first one is 8, because it enables you to capture purple ones. Now, it's 30%. But you know, at least you can start getting some purples. Now, the way this works, the way the XP works, is that if you go to the data bank, you can see like this is a random echo. This is a 2, 3, 4, and 5 on the rarity. It just means green, blue, purple, and yellow. So rarity 5 means yellow. As you can see below, there's XP. So if you capture a green one, it's going to give you 10. If you capture a blue one, it's going to give you 10. If you capture a purple one, it's going to give you 15. If you capture a yellow one, it's going to give you 20. Now, where's the trick, quote unquote? If I go ahead, let's say I'm level 8 and I have a 30% chance of getting the whiff waff purple. I kill him, it drops the echo. I absorb the echo and I'm lucky. Now I get a purple whiff waff. The way this works is that if you capture an echo that you don't have, or that they have a very, very low rarity of, it's going to give you the current rarity that you just got plus the ones that are before it as well. So you're not gonna get only 15, but you're going to get 35 XP just from it. Okay, 55 if you don't have it and you immediately get a yellow later on. Okay, so what you have to do is go to the echo gallery in the data bank, scroll all the way down. It's going to be sorted in a way automatically. You can sort it however you want, but usually what you want to do is sort by XP progress, and it's going to show you which one at the bottom you don't have or that you have a low rarity of. Click the lowest rarity that you have that you don't have, not even in the explored. Go there, you track, go kill it. If you get it, now you're going to get the entry in the data bank. Let's say you got purple. the entry data bank XP, just for unlocking a new echo that you didn't know before. 10 XP from green, 10 XP from blue, 15 XP from purple. All of that just for one echo. Okay. So by doing this, plus the milestone, plus the merge, because if you end up farming a lot, getting a lot of random echoes you don't need, you can just do this. Then the merge, boom, purple. I merge 3 green, 5 green, and I got purple. So this way, by getting rid of all of the shitty echoes that you don't have or you don't need, you don't want to use, you can get free one or new ones you don't have the rarity of. Okay. So level 8 is the first milestone. It gives you 38-70. Then it becomes 50-50 at 11. Then it becomes 75-25 at 13. And this is the main one, the main milestone that is going to skyrocket. Your progress is going to be 15. From 15 onwards, you will start getting yellows. It will be guaranteed for you to get purples from now on. Now you can target farm. By the time you get you try to get every purple, you will be getting at this point-ish, level 17, more or less. And at this point, every time you gather an echo, there's a 50-50 chance. This way, is going to make it very easy for you to get every yellow in the game, so that way you can get to level 20. Level 20, without the milestones help, it basically means every yellow discovered in the game, which is the highest value of every echo in the game. It takes a bunch of time because it's RNG, it depends how lucky you are. You can help yourself a little bit by fighting the red echoes, the one that are like level 110, 120, so those are guaranteed to be 5 stars. For example, the traffic cone, I killed the traffic cone, this one, it wasn't dropping normally, and then I remembered that I didn't kill the red version, so I went and killed the red version of my work, and it was guaranteed a yellow, so it doesn't matter what stats it rolls, it was already an entry. I had a blue one, so it gave me 15 plus 20 plus, 35, okay? So you can do that, you can kill the red echoes to get more XP. Okay, so now, that is basically it. So if you want to do that, it's a mixture between doing the milestone to rush the early levels, get to 8, 13, 15, 17, those are the milestone, and at level 15 onward, you're pretty much done because you start getting yellows and purple guaranteed, right? Now, the base drop rate stays at 20. This doesn't increase. The enhanced drop rate, it looks like it's only for the redeem of the echoes that you do, like the domains, the tacit field you do. Because if you capture a boss tier, a boss like Overlord or Calamity, it doesn't increase the chances here for the day. By the way, even though you do this, it's like you do 15, they will reset tomorrow, so the next day. So don't worry about capping this. This is only daily. It's always going to be reset. So you have a 90% at level 18 to get an enhanced drop rate for them to drop the echo. That's what it means. So everybody's going to drop their echo if you do this, but it's going to be 50-50 until level 40. At level 40, it will become 80-20. It's never guaranteed to be yellow, but at least it's 80-20, and at level 20 is going to be guaranteed for him to drop. Otherwise, the word normally on the word when you're farming echoes is going to be 20%. So it's going to need a little bit of grind, especially on the bosses. What I did was farming the bosses first, just because I wanted to be done, and then I moved on and I tried to do the monsters. So I need 4 monsters. I need these 4, and then I'm 100% completion. I will be probably overkilling this because I also had the help from the milestone. So yeah, it will be easy for you to do as well. Okay, so follow these steps, do like that. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, if you're confused in some way, or if you want to know more about it. Let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe, the usual stuff. If you want to catch me live, I stream almost every day on twitch.tv/Jagathin, and we also do giveaway here and there. So now you know. Discord if you want to join, it's in the description. So yeah, thank you for watching. See you next time.
In this video, I wanted to go over 7 things in Wuthering Waves that are easy to miss but can make a big difference and also save you a lot of time and resources. Number 1, treasure hunting. This little gadget, which you can unlock very early on, has helped me find so many chests I wouldn't have found otherwise. Just talk to this NPC at an REROLL association and claim your level 1 reward to receive this gadget, and you can toggle it here in your utility. The little mapper has 3 charges, and you can put them anywhere on the map to scan the surrounding area and mark all the chests. Note that these do not mark hidden chests, like the ones hiding behind breathable rocks. The Pioneer Association Level 2 reward is also very useful because it gives you the ability to place up to 3 custom waypoints anywhere on the map. These custom waypoints last forever and can save you a lot of time as you're farming your echoes or if you're just getting to a difficult to reach place and you want to save the location. Number 2, shiny echoes. There are currently 2 shiny echoes in the 5 fixed locations in your world. Shiny echoes unlock a visit skin for that echo, which you can toggle on here in the echo page. They also have a 100% drop chance, and every day after reset, they have a chance to spawn again. There is a turtle, which seems to spawn on one of these two locations, either near the top next to the big turtle, or at the bottom of this tree next to the pointy passage. The second one, the shiny golem, can spawn in either this section of the desert, or on this island, on the top of the Tower of Adversity. Now know it's a shiny echo, fast, sparkling stars revolving around it like this. Number 3, Data Bank. If you need extra data bank EXP, don't forget to complete your milestone challenges here, as each of these stage rewards actually give you data bank EXP and echoes. You can also check this part of the data bank for details on which echoes you haven't collected all your rarities yet for, so you can track them down and collect them to increase your EXP. Even the ones you have not discovered yet can be tracked down. Keep in mind that data bank levels are union level locked, so you will need to hit union level 30 before you can unlock levels 15 to 18, and then you'll have to hit union level 40 before you can unlock 19 and 20. However, you can always gain overflow EXP, so later when you hit the higher unit levels, you will keep all the extra EXP. Oh, and this is also one of the reasons why I highly recommend saving all your echoes to fuse after unit level 40, because only then can we unlock the higher levels where you have an 80% chance to get a gold echo and a 20% chance to get a purple. Number 4, don't forget about your red enemies. These appear to respawn every 4 days, and even though normal echoes only have a 20% drop rate, these have an 100% drop rate for guaranteed gold or purple echoes. Early on, this can really jumpstart your echo collection, and even though some of them may appear really scary at high levels, they're actually not too bad to kill. You can try cheesing them with Alto or a Baiju standing on a tree, or you can also embrace the challenge and deal a lot of damage to them via your counterattacks and character swapping. Number 5, exploration progress. In addition to just seeing a percentage on the map, you can also actually click here to reveal the detailed breakdown of your exploration progress per region. They really didn't make this very evident at all, and I actually found this very useful as it lets you know exactly what kind of things you're missing. It can also help you look for things more efficiently if you're targeting specific exploration percentages, or are just curious about what you missed on that part of the map, like desert seems to be 17%. Number 6, every week, in addition to claiming your 3 out of 3 weekly bosses, you can also grab 10 of each of these weapon materials and the synthesizer. What you get is worth a bit more than the credits spent on converting it to stamina, so I think it's pretty worthwhile. Number 7, Sonnet's Casket Hack. If you haven't seen a triple jump video, be sure to check it out for how to easily get Sonnet's caskets that are located in locations like these. It can honestly save a lot of time, and it's also fun to do. I think that's it for now. I tried to cover some of the more important things that I see some people missing. Thank you for watching, and let me know in the comments if any of these help. Remember to like and subscribe, and I plan to make some more in-depth character guides next week. See you on stream or in my next video.
What's up everyone, Gits here for another Wuthering Waves video, and today let's talk about data packs, why you need to reach data pack level 15, and how you can start farming 5-star echoes efficiently. Okay, so let's go. But before I start, I just want to showcase this is my account right now, data pack level 18 and union level 30, and this is all free to play by the way. So if you look at the store, nothing bought, nothing purchased on the bonuses. Okay, so this is all doable free to play. Anyways, let's start with the guide. First things first, we need to reach union level 30 because you need to have Salt 3 phase rank 4. Okay, so this is the first thing that you have to do for this one. How you can get to this is basically just breeze through all the story quests, side quests, exploration, companion, daily quests. Okay, just do all of those, you should be fine. Also, you can go through the world map. If you go through the world map, there will be world bosses like these guys right here. They usually will have their first tier bonuses. So what you want to do is you just go in there, kill them one time. Don't even pick up the loot, right? Don't use your weight plate. It's fine. You'll be able to get the first tier on them. I think it's 500 EXP each, 500 union EXP each for each of those bosses. So yeah, take your chances on those. But it's not chance because it's guaranteed, right? So that's 500 XP for each of the bosses, and there's so many of them around the world. Okay. Oh, so yeah. Before I continue with the guide, please leave a like, subscribe if you haven't yet, to help support this channel for me to be able to come up with more videos, more guides for you guys on Wuthering Waves. Anyways, let's go. So again, priority is to get to union level 30. Okay. Why do you need to get to union level 30 is because of data pack level 15. Because at union level 30, that's the time you get to move your phase to phase 4, which will unlock level 15. So if you're still at phase 3, we'll only get you to 14, level 14 for the data pack. Okay, so if you can see here, highest drop rarity here is 4 stars and there's still 3 stars. But as soon as you move up to level 15, you now start getting 5 stars and 4 stars for your echoes. Okay, so this is where everything is going to be much more important. Okay, so again, the main thing that you want to be doing on this one is to basically just kill everything that you see. You see any mobs running around, you see any puzzles running around that has monsters that you can kill them. Just kill all the mobs that you see, absorb all the echoes that you can absorb. But be careful, do not use those echoes, okay? Or what I mean by that is, do not use this thing, make a merge, if you are not yet level 15. Okay? Everything here will just snowball as soon as you get to level 15, because it starts selecting all those echoes that you've gotten. It doesn't matter if it's green, doesn't matter if it's blue, doesn't matter if it's purple. As soon as you hit data pack level 15, you will have the chance. You will have this chance, right? you will have the drop rate rarity over here for the merge that you will do in here. So it doesn't matter what the rarity is for the monsters that you actually put into this one. The rarity that will be used is this thing, from what I've seen so far. Okay, as you do that, you're going to start ranking on XP as well, because if you didn't know yet, the way to actually get data value XP is to just capture different rarities of different monsters. Okay, so or different echoes, right? So echoes that are green will give 10 XP, blue will give 10, and purple will give 15, and yellows will give 20. So that's like total of 55 for one monster if you get it to a 5-star of, or if you capture a 5-star version of it. So if you look here, like the XP that's needed for leveling up your data bank is not even a lot. Like this is already level 18 to 19, and I'm already actually level 19. I just need to get to phase 3. Okay, so the reason why it snowballs is because once you start fusing everything that you have at level 15, you start getting yellow. You start getting yellow grade or 5-star echoes, and those are going to give you 20 XP, even more if you haven't gotten the other rarity versions of them, and it basically adds up your data bank XP. Okay, but that's pretty much it for this method. Like as soon as you get to 15, that's the time you want to start farming actually bosses as well. World bosses are going to start dropping purples and 5 stars. So yeah, that's the time you want to start farming them, right? So if you take a look at my characters right now, I kind of have okay-ish setups already. So I have completed for Anto right here already. I have this dude with crit rate. I kind of wanted crit damage, but crit rate is fine. You can just transfer it later and have level 25 for all of them. Well, these guys are level 20 because I can't find attack percent. They stand for more 5-star characters or 5-star echoes. And this guy's all 5-star echoes already, but it's a broken set, right? Havoc plus the great tools, right? So yeah, you're gonna start snowballing, you're gonna start collecting a lot of echoes just by doing the data merge over here. And of course, if you start running out of echoes to put in here, go around the world again, explore every nook and cranny of the map, kill everything that you see, absorb all the echoes that you can absorb, and then put them back into the data merge and merge everything. Also, what you can do, again, this is what I've been doing the whole time here on stream, is you just kill this boss right here, absorb echoes if it doesn't unlucky, right? And move over here again. So yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a limit when it comes to absorbing echoes. I don't see it working here. I don't see this thing though. So it says remaining chances 0 of 15. So I think it means you have a limit of 15 per day for Overlord or Calamity classes. So that's basically the bosses. I'm not sure if that's the limit per day of how many you can capture, but I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments if you know about this one, because I don't. So what I've been doing basically is I'm doing a rotation, right, for the ones that I need. So basically, as a fusion character with Uncle, I'm prioritizing the Inferno Rider now that I've completed the Inferno Rider. I want to go with this guy right here, the Tortoise, and also the last boss right above here. So these two are the two that I still have not gotten 5-star copies of. So those are like my priorities right now. So I'm just gonna be switching around each of them, and if you're getting low, just TP into this one, Resonance Nexuses that are pretty close, right? So that's pretty much the rotation that you want to do for this. Okay, so it's going to be a pretty fun ride. Also, the other thing I forgot to mention is the leveling materials for echoes. So it's going to be the passive fields right here. I'm not sure what union level you will be unlocking this ones, but yeah, you're gonna have first tier chances on this ones as well, and it's gonna give you a lot of echoes that you can use for data merge as well later on. But yeah, pretty much this is where you get steam material for upgrading your echoes. And there are also different areas for passive fields for different kinds of echoes. Okay, so this one's for the fire and healing, and other echoes in the map will be from different ones, because these guys will be dropping echoes as well. And again, the drop rate on this one is going to depend on your data bank level. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Hope you learned something new in this video, and if you did learn something, give a like, subscribe if you haven't yet, and comment down below if you have any questions, suggestions, comments, whatever. I'll try to answer them as much as I can. And thank you very much for watching. I'll see you again next time. Bye. So if you're like me, you probably want to obtain the best echoes fast and level up that best data bank. And well, I actually managed to achieve this, but I had made quite a few mistakes along the way. So I decided to create this video to teach everything you need to know about the echoes and the data bank, so you don't end up repeating my mistakes and have the best account possible. Okay, so let's start with the most crucial part. The higher your level data bank is, the better the rarity drop rates will be for echoes, as you can see here. And the majority of people who are rushing to level up their data banks are following a very simple process. You go to the echo gallery right here, and just check which echoes you still have not obtained, and then afterwards, you will want to obtain the max rarity that you're allowed to own that echo based on your data bank's level. And what you'll usually do is just click on this track button and start looking at the echoes whose rarity are still missing. So for example, if your data bank is at level 10, you will have a 30% chance to obtain purple echoes and 70% chance to obtain blue echoes. This also means until you unlock data bank level 15, the max rarity of an echo you can obtain from open world is going to be purple, and then after level 15, you will then be able to start farming gold echoes, or basically they're called 5-star echoes. Now, with the basics out of the way, the first thing you want to do is save up all the green and blue rarity echoes until you hit data bank level 15, or even better, level 17. You see,
Deutschlands beste Farbpflege. Auf als Platz. So wie es jetzt.
From the data bank menu, if you go to the data merge option here, you can drop in any 5 echoes and then either 1 or 2 new echoes will come out. This process is completely random, but it does follow one critical rule. The rarity will depend on your current data bank level. So it's extremely important to save up these green and blue echoes that you have sitting in your inventory and then immediately use them up when you get data bank level 15. Now, you might be wondering why. Well, because now you have a chance to obtain from this data merge the highest 5-star rarity echoes, and obviously, if you didn't have that rarity of the echo, this will also grant you the data bank XP. Just look at me getting tons of new 5-star echoes, hence a lot of data bank XP after doing the data merge here. Also, if you take a close look here, we can see that at level 15, there's only 30% chance for a 5-star echo, but at level 17, the odds become better, and it's now 50%. So if you can keep holding these green and blue echoes until data bank level 17, you will have an even greater chance to obtain tons of new 5-star rarity echoes. Keep in mind, in order to unlock data bank level 15, you need to have reached union level 30, and then to unlock data bank level 19, you will need to be union level 40. So as you can see here, while I have maxed out the data bank level, I am only union level 32 as I'm recording this video. So it'll take a while for me before I hit union level 40. Now, if you didn't know already, co-op mode is a great way to farm the echoes with your friends or other players, since everyone's world will contain a certain amount of echoes, and they only reset every each day. So, in other words, you can hop between different player worlds and keep farming these echoes together, and this way you can forgo the usual limited amount of echoes you'll have in your world. Also, co-op unlocks at union level 22, and you can join the other players' world by clicking this button here. Now, if co-op is not your cup of tea, and you just like to play solo, then my suggestion would be to save up your elite class echoes until you're done farming all the common echoes and the world bosses for the day. What do I mean by this? Well, obviously, as you already know, the data bank dictates the current rarity drop rate, so you definitely want to obtain elite class echoes with the most favorable rarity drop rate you can achieve for the day. And while there are plenty of common echoes to farm, and you can keep repeating and farming the world bosses over and over again, the elite echoes are a lot more rare, and you can run out of them pretty fast. So keep this in mind if you're playing just by yourself and don't wanna or you cannot do co-op yet. Now, there's a few ways that we can quickly obtain 5-star echoes. I'll talk about red mist enemies in a moment, but first, have a look at this mode called REROLL. I believe at Union level 17, you can start playing this game mode. It's pretty fun, at least to me, but what's more important here is that you can redeem 2 elite class echo selectors from the shop. It doesn't cost much. You can easily obtain the currency, and honestly, these 2 echoes are going to be insanely cracked, because not only all of them from the selector will have elemental damage as their main stat, but also they will belong to the set that matches the element. For example, Colcharo is an electro damage healer, right? Well, I just redeemed these elite echoes from the selectors, which both provide electro damage from their main stat and belong to the electro set. So as you can imagine, Colcharo now is a beast thanks to these insane 5-star stats. However, on the same note, don't fall for this trap here, where you can see some 5-star echoes in the shops where they all start with the word Phantom. You will find one of them in the Elite's Realm shop and a few more in the Points shop that you can redeem after doing Tower Adversity and hologram challenges. Because here's the thing, these items right here are just the skins for the echoes you already own, hence why the name starts with Phantom. And some people also just call these echoes shiny versions. They don't add anything to your account besides just a custom look for that echo. So if you want to spend the resources on actually useful materials first, don't redeem these rewards just yet, only if you think the time is right. This next tip is a pretty quick one. If you take a look at the milestones book here, at least I didn't notice this at first, but you can actually obtain data bank experience by completing all the missions of each stage. And for example, you see this requirement to do 5 tacit fields to complete the mission. Well, as you know, tacit fields require weight plates, and it's not recommended to do until you get data bank level 15. And even then, it's better to spend weight plates on boss, character, and weapon materials first. However, in this case, for this specific mission, you just need to complete 5 different tacit fields, and you don't have to redeem the rewards with weight plates. So I have done this, which resulted in all completed missions, and I got a big chunk of XP to help level up my data bank. Now, this next crucial thing I learned has to do with the bosses. Okay, so first of all, as long as you have obtained a boss echo for each party member of your current team, and the main stat is kinda okay, let's say you reach data bank level 15, and now you can start farming these bosses for a 30% chance to obtain their 5-star version echo. Well, I would say, don't bother doing this, unless you badly need a crucial main stat from the boss, like attack percent or critical rate, because, as you know it, you can waste a lot of time by just trying to extract the echo from the boss, but if that's not enough, the chance to obtain the 5-star version of it, let's say at data bank level 15, is 30%, as you already know it. Instead, I would recommend for you to just push the data bank to level 17 first, which then increases 5-star chance to 50%. So at least now it's a point when it comes to determining the rarity of the boss's echo that just dropped, which is massively better than the 30% rate from level 15 data bank. However, here's another sneaky thing you probably haven't noticed. If we go back to the data bank, you see this enhanced drop rate sentence, and if you click on it, it shows target classes, overload/calamity, and remaining chances, which in my case is 0 out of 15. Well, every week on Monday, this counter resets back to 15. And now for the next 15 times to fight the world boss or the weekly boss, the chance for them to drop the echo increases by 90%. And later at data bank level 20, this will be a guaranteed 100% drop rate. And keep in mind, this counter will be reduced the moment you defeat the boss, not when you play the rewards. So here's my tip. Whenever you log in after the weekly reset, do the first 15 bosses that you would consider to be most beneficial to the current characters you're trying to build. For example, I did getting Beauty Bad Luck with Tempest Menace. I once obtained a 5-star version of it that has critical rate as main stat. When on Monday this enhanced drop rate resets, I will go and farm Tempest Menace boss, because now it's a 90% chance to leave an echo behind. So very easy to extract the echo, and then I can check the main stat after every fight, and if I get lucky and get what I want, and have remaining enhanced drop rate out of those 15 attempts, I would move on and do another boss for my other character I'm trying to build. Keep in mind, this enhanced drop rate does not guarantee a 5-star echo of the boss. You will still depend on the randomness that's seen here, but it does mean it will be very easy to extract the echo from the boss when they die, as long as this counter has remaining uses. Because, trust me, I have been fighting this stupid monkey over the weekend, and at one time, he didn't leave an echo behind after I did it like 8 times. So this can be a huge time saver if you have those enhanced drop rates remaining. Now, one more thing I want to talk about are the red mist enemies. If you didn't know, there's a specific number of these special enemies that can be defeated once in your world, and some of them can drop a guaranteed 5-star echo version of themselves. Now, some of them will drop a 4-star version, but you can still try and defeat them all if you can, and I will leave a link in the description where you can find them all. Keep in mind, some of these fights can be very tedious and time-consuming. For example, this big bear I fought who is level 120, I basically just abused its line of sight and spam range attacks with Mortet by standing in a safe place. Same thing I also did with the scorpions here, and after I defeated them, I did get a 5-star bear and 5-star scorpion echoes. However, these two fights took me like half an hour to do because of my low level team. So keep in mind that some of these fights are very time consuming, and it might be worth it to just go and farm the regular echoes. And later on, you can come back and beat these enemies when your account is of higher union level. But if you do attempt these fights, I highly recommend using ranged damage dealers like Mortepi, Chishia, and so on, because you can usually find a safe spot you can fire from, and just keep spamming the attacks until the enemies defeat it. But yeah, I hope you found this video useful. I'm sorry if I don't post so much as other content creators when it comes to Wuthering Waves. I'm just trying to put in the hours to actually show you everything I achieved, and share these tips so you can see them for yourself. So I would really appreciate it if you could press the like button on this video, and subscribe to my channel, because I have some really good guys that will be coming out very soon. Anyway, thanks again for watching, and see you next time.
この花を吹きます。はい、笑って。
YouTube's going back another video. Number one, snails. Certain types of snails have a YouTube's going back another video. Today I am going over what I believe should be the characters everyone should be building from a meta perspective, in my opinion. And realistically, every character can work. You don't want to spread your resources way too thin. But before we get into the characters that you should be building, one thing I think we should cover directly is team building in this game. So it's really simple, and this is a horrible team, for example. This might look like a team. It is not good. We'll explain why in a moment. But when you're building any team in Wuthering Waves, it's very simple in the fact that it's not like Genshin and it's not like Star Rail there. The supports are the main factor of your build. You can have a great DPS with the team, let's say someone like Tartaglia, who is a pretty valid DPS, but without the proper supports, he's nothing. And you can't do anything. This game is actually more centered around your DPS, since it's really not that many supports you use in the game. So let's talk about this. Your first slot, you're really looking for source of DPS, because this is obviously going to be your on-field damage dealer. So we'll throw Calbro in here as an example. Shut up. And for your second slot, you also for the sub DPS, whether they're going to do on-field damage, CC, whatever the case may be. You throw someone in here like Yang Yang. Then your third one, you really only have two genuine supports in the game. Is Farina or Baiji. And Baiji is free to play. You get her off with your first wish. We'll throw Baiji in here just for example. And this is how it's going to work. You want to have your main DPS on field. Your sub DPS is going to obviously swap out when you need to kind of get the main DPS a little bit above. In this case, Calbro's on field doing his crazy damage. Yang Yang is going to not only provide CC for Calbro, but funneling energy into Calbro's Resonance Liberation when she uses her outro skill. And Baiji just seems to know he dies. You know, Baiji is really, really good at just sustaining the team. I mean, simply all you have to do, if you are dying, actually, I will throw Donjin here, because Donjin takes her health away just by herself. I'm going to eat a few times, right? So, you know, and then we heal. There's a little laggy there, but their health is up really good again, and then Yang Yang would obviously funnel, you know, with your intro, outro, etc. So that is the basis of team building. Now, as time goes on, and we get more supports in the game, and not just literally two healers, I can see the team comps getting a little bit more support heavy. But even then, I really think the main focus is always going to be DPS and sub DPS. Now, let's say you put Farina here. Instead, you want to throw another main DPS here like Xion, and then you want to throw someone like Mortefi. Mortefi, as I've stated previously, is like Edge of the Back. He's literally Pyro's and Joe. So Xion's going to do a bunch of damage. He even has his own CC built in with his ultimate. You swap to Mortefi, and you do his ultimate, which will give you extra damage on your each hit, because each hit will then have pyro damage. But also his outro skill will buff Xion. And then Farina's a healer, and Farina buffs the fuck out of everyone as well, which is Farina's main. So why is this a bad team? We have a main DPS here. We have an unbuilt Yang Yang, who really isn't doing anything other than funneling, and Donjin, who's a DPS. She can also be sub DPS. You're going to cover her kit a little bit, but I have no sustain heal. I consistently die. I really do. Like, I just die all the time. She dies, and then his parry is a little hard, and Donjin eats up her own health. So this is a horrendous team. This is something you should not follow. This is an example of a bad team. So that's the basis of team building. It's important to understand that, so that way now you know, okay, who do I want to fit these roles? Now let's go over kits. Let's actually break down some of these characters I think you should be building and why you should be building. So starting off with DPSs, I would say prioritize really whatever DPS you have. We'll start off with Chixia. I personally do not like this character. They're just not, for me, they're not my favorite. But if you enjoy this character and they're going to be your main DPS, that is fine. You know, when they level up over here, the 14 circuit talent tree, this is where they're going to get their big passive. The max harmonic bullets is increased by 10 rounds. Damage the rest of the skill will increase by 50. So she gets a massive increase in her 14 circuit by 10 bullets, but then the damage is up by 50. That's pretty sick. And then she's also getting automatic bullets that hit the target during resonance skill Dr. Doctor. Increase attack by 1% for 10 seconds, stacked up to 30 times. So she can get some very good damage out there. And she's free. So it's not a bad option. It's not my first option, just the fact you really can't parry with them. And I feel like swapping out parry gets a little annoying. You're going to have to keep distance from the bosses. But it's an option, and if you build that, that is valid. The next character I would really first look at as a main DPS, and obviously this depends on what you pick with your gacha. You got understand or you understand her, is called Tara. This homie is very good. He is slow. There is a little bit of learning curve when you're playing with someone like him, as opposed to even Gion, who has faster attacks. Gion's attacks are slow, but he's a very good DPS. Let's go over what he does. Taro is 14th circuit. He has 3 lines here. In order to gain something in 14th circuit, you have to hit your E. Now it is a little bit of a timing thing. You have to time your E right, and once you pull down the heavy attack button, you get extra damage with that. So pretty straightforward in terms of the 14th circuit. It really is kind of mechanic. Now I parried it actually. Damn, his outro skill is pretty good as well as more DPS. He's just leaving more DPS in the field for you, as you saw right there. You did a few extra damage number while he wasn't on screen. And now his ultimate is pretty straightforward, honestly. It's nothing too crazy. We're gonna get his breath of inspiration.
Er will alles fixieren.
So we have the res inspiration. I'm going to activate this. Now, in order for you to get the stacks, you just simply have to hit normal attacks on the enemy. So you hit normal attacks, and then you can get to 5 stack, and then you do another charge attack and bam, even more damage. So that's pretty much like the basis of his kit. The problem where he gets a little complicated, or I guess not as a little bit more tough, is his parrying. So I'm going to show you right here. His parrying style, like I said, is very slow. So you have to get the time right. Or if you don't die like that, I didn't get the time right. So his parrying can be a little rough, but the good thing about it, his 14th circuit upgrade is pretty valid. So when casting heavy attack mercy, Archero's respiration damage bonus by 10% for 15 seconds. So you're getting a buff to his ult damage, as well as when heavy attack death messenger hits the target, damage taken by Archero is reduced for 15% for 5 seconds. So he's getting a buff to his burst, but he's also getting damage reduction, and he does get built-in crit damage with his kit, which is always nice as well. So that's very good. Archero team, I mean, we went over it previously, but just quickly, again, ideal team you're looking at is something right now like Mortefi, Marina. These two are really going to be tied together for I think a very long time for a lot of DPSs. Sidebar. So these two, if you have them, build them. They're going to go with pretty much almost every single character that is a DPS in this game, period. Once Yinlin comes out, Mortefi can be replaced with Yinlin, or you can even run something like Yanwu and Marina needs from Double Electro. The other two DPSs are Encore and Ling Yang. I don't have these two as of yet. No, Encore is very good. She's very strong. The only problem is I know that with her parry, she can only parry in her ultimate mode unless if you jump into her lunging attack, not in her ultimate mode. But her kit seems pretty good as well. She has huge damage bonus here. During her resin separation, Encore's increase above 7%. Damage dealt is increased by 10. And resin skill Flaming Woolies or resin skill Cosmos Rampage is cast. Encore's fusion damage bonus by 10% for 10 seconds. So you're just looking at a bunch more damage. Good character. Again, I really think again the baseline support for going through Mortefi Reno gets Lantern. But then Ling Yang is not bad anymore. They did buff Ling Yang. Ling Yang is pretty good. He's getting glacial damage from his passive over here, and then his intro skill is increased by 50%. So it's not that bad. Ling Yang enters the battle with your glacial damage, and then his other passive is going to be once he's in the Shrouding Lion state, which is this burst. Within 3 seconds after each base attack, the next mounted roamer will deal additional glacial damage equal to 150% of mounted roamer's damage, considered as resonant skill damage. Translation, you're doing even more damage. With Ling Yang, I would assume probably run things like Sanhua or maybe some of the type of glacial combo, but Sanhua, Baishi. If you got them, build them. You need a main DPS. You really need a main DPS. That's really the important of it. Now, obviously, the next character that I personally have is Gion. Gion is the best DPS in the game as well. I actually got the full in-depth guide on Gion. If you want to go check it out, it looks like cycles, substats, etc., weapons, etc. Gion's amazing, man. Gion's the arrow character. He gives himself his own CC, and he does give himself crit rate, which is a massive W. His crit rate is so rare in this game. I mean, as you can see, you start off with 5 crit rate and 150 crit damage. So you really want to lock in on these crit rates sometimes. So that really helps a lot. And then his forte is going to do an so then first attack, strike, Gion's attack 10 seconds to 15 seconds. Combining this with a bunch of other characters helps go over 2 minutes. Not only would Gion be getting a buff from, let's say, Marina's intro skill, he's then going to be buffing his own self with the intro skill, getting even more damage. And that's what his biggest crack as well. When Gion's attack hit a target, Gion's crit damage is by 12 seconds for 8%. He's killing it. He's doing great. Gion's gameplay is very simple. Just a quick showcase. You get your forte circuit halfway or full, he's going to do extra damage with his E. Or once the halfway or full, he does a burst, and when he bursts, he starts acceleration. It actually does extra damage. I'll show you right now. He's going to do an extra animation with 5 more damage. So let's get this up real quick. And then watch this. Yeah. Do this extra attack. If Gion's forte circuit is not halfway or full, he's not going to get that extra attack. I'm going to kill him right now. And then obviously, as you see, he just sucks the enemy up. So again, what is the best team? Wow, what is his prime? It's going to be Gion, it's going to be Mortefi, and it's going to be Fling for the moment. But these are just genuinely great teams. The rotations are just even simple. If you see the next character on field, it means 38% heavy attack damage percent. Mortefi, Gion's ultimate transfers all of his normal attacks into heavy attack damage, which is perfect. Bringing his next character by 90% of her attack per second for 6 seconds, and all characters on nearby team do 50% all attack damage for 30 seconds, which is another type of damage debuff. So they're both funneling into it. And this is why this team's going to be a goated combination. Also with the 7 DPS is ultimately. Now the last DPS I wanted to go over, and this one is tricky, is Donjon. Donjon is my favorite character. I have the most fun but she is very high risk but high reward, bro. So how Donjin works is pretty simple. You watch any other Wuthering Waves, we gotta use Donjin in all of them. Donjin is going to use her E. That's an echo. Donjin's going to use her E and drains her health, but you can see here, and giving her some Forte Circuit energy. When her Forte Circuit energy is full, you can charge attack and it heals you, but it also gives you more damage. Now you want to try to get her damage as low as possible, just because she does the most damage when she's close to death. So, you want to try to do that. So we're going to just get that down, and then do some healings. So the lowest she'll go right now, I think it's like 10% of her health, and then, yeah, it doesn't healing. This is also C0, I remember C6. I'm doing a C6 guy later. She is hard. You have to be good to play with her, and that's why I'm using her. I'm trying to get good, but she's really sick. We look at her kit real quick, and she scales with havoc damage, so you get that damage bonus. Her inherent skill is damage of resonance skill, turns and erosion, triggered by dodge counter, ruby shades, which increased by 20%. The HP cost and stacks of ruby blocks recovered are doubled, which is sick. Love that way you're not dying as much, or I'll probably lose or lives. And then the final one is after casting the resonance skill, Sanguine Pulse. Donjin's heavy attack damage increased by 30% for 5 seconds. So that's perfect because you're casting the resonance skill right to get your bar full anyways before you do the heavy attack. So you're guaranteed to hit a heavy attack with an extra 30% damage bonus. So this is great. Again, if we're looking team comp wise, this man, this is just such a good combo. This doesn't work for every single team. Well, you rephrase that. This could work for every single team, and I recommend building these two as soon as possible, bringing to their kids as soon as possible. But this is my go-to standard. Again, you know what happens. You're gonna get the heavy attack damage, which is perfect for Donjin. Donjin is going to multiply off that heavy attack damage, and bring this giving these skills, but also some healing as well. Now, obviously, you don't want too much healing because you want Donjin to be low. But if you can get your timings right, hypothetically, you should be able to have low health with Donjin, but also get this heavy attack damage and pop off with the 14 circuit. Amazing. I would recommend if you really want to chat. That's a good spot for the DPSs, man. Again, you could run Rover, you could make Rover DPS a good one. So you can really make anyone work. But those are the main DPSs. The ones I recommend building are Gion, Calgaro, Donjin, Encore, and Ling Yang. They both work. Encore's not my cup of tea, and Ling Yang is very combo heavy. So those two to me are the lowest of the tiers, but they still work. And Jixia, in my opinion, is around the bottom. Now, we're going into the sub DPS role. Wow, look who's on screen. Mortefi. Let's break down this kit a little bit more. Why do you want to build Mortefi? If you haven't noticed yet, this dude works with 1 million people. He works with 1 million people, bro. So, quickly, he's a gun user. He is going to be getting fusion damage with these level ups here, and his inherent skills are going to be after casting resonance skill, passionate, and variation. The damage of resonance skill, Fury Fuge, is increased by 25%. It's cool. He's not really here to be on field for that long. He's really here just to get the bust for your main DPS, so this is a nice little upgrade. During Resonance Liberation Burning Rhapsody, each hit of Resonance Liberation Mercado will increase the damage of the next Resonance Liberation Mercado by 1.5%, which can be triggered once every 4.35 seconds, stacking up to 50 times. This effectively reset after the Resonance Liberation Burning Rhapsody ends. That is so broken, because his Resonance Liberation gives him this little buff, again, like seen showing on the field, every normal attack, every heavy attack, does these 40 attacks with him. So let's look at this so you can see. Go back to the trial. So we're going to get his skill here. We're going to get his burst real quick. So that's his Resonance skill, with the Forte Circuit. You get the Forte Circuit up all the way, and then you cast your E, you get more damage. See? Alright, so now, man, I'm going to cast his Resonance Liberation. We're going to swap to Yang Yang, and you're going to see every attack is doing something for 40 attacks with him. So you're seeing the 2 damage numbers. You're seeing the 2 colors, the arrow and that. So when you unlock that max passive, that's a pretty big buff. That's a substantially big buff. On top of the fact, as we saw, his outro skill is buffing the next person's heavy attack damage by 30+%. So this is one of the best options in the game. If you have him, build him. There's no reason to not build him. By 38% is the exact percent number. So amazing sub DPS, you cannot go wrong with him. Now, going over a few other sub DPSs that are genuinely amazing as well. One being Yang Yang. Well, wow, surprise. Free to play character, works amazing. They're getting their arrow damage increase over here. Yang Yang recovers 30 stamina after casting mid-air attack. That was kind of clever. It's really nothing too special. Yang Yang's arrow damage bonus increased by 8% for 8 seconds after casting her intro skill. These are really not that great. I'm not gonna lie to you. They're not the worst thing ever, but they're not the best thing ever. The stamina can come into play if you're running out of stamina and you're not being able to dodge in combat. So I can see that being situational, but we're not really on fielding her. This is the reason why we're using Yang Yang. Yang Yang recovers more resonance energy per second over 5 seconds for the next character on screen. So if I were to pull out Yang Yang right now, I'll probably no respiration at all. We're gonna turn energy to Japan, now we're gonna swap to Caltero, and look, I'm not doing anything, and it's still going up. That's a pretty decent funnel. That is not bad. So obviously when you some more attack, so and then also her skill in reverse. Look here, CC. Now, great unit. We had CC. It's not as much CC as someone like Ganyan in a bit. I compare it more to like against the two girls together with like Benji/Kada. But again, solid works. Work in a plethora of team comp. Honestly, not necessarily team comp. You're running Conqueror or one bite.
Du möchtest einen vollen Bart lokale Stellen nicht verstecken zu müssen. Dann benutzt das KC Gillette Bartvolumen Serum. Sonst werden diese Stellen sichtbar. Für einen sichtbar dichteren und volleren Bart in nur 14 Tagen. Style like a king.
Die Versicherung versichert Generationen seit Generationen. Zum Beispiel mit der passenden Absicherung für junge Leute, die ihr Leben jetzt selbst in die Hand nehmen. Die Württembergische IFS in der Breite.
YG, you want to run, for free to play. Let's say you don't have more tech. Let's say you didn't even pull the Fion banner. You could throw Yang Yang here instead. You could throw Encore here instead. If you wanted to, you could throw Trixie here instead. These two are a staple of the game. We'll get to Baishi once we get to the healers. The healers actually be the least important, but well, the healer section is up to you. But overall, very good unit. Now, for the sub DPSs, another one that I would highly recommend is going to be Yan Wu. Yan Wu is very good. Very, very good. Yan Wu gets the electro damage bonus. He is then also the damage multiplier of Resonant Skill of Thundering, uprise increased by 40%. His depletion of enemy vibration strength is enhanced. So Yan Wu's skill is very simple. He throws down this little fucking brick on the floor. I'll show you real quick. He's going to throw this down on the floor, and bam, there's going to be a radius of how long they're going to go yet, and then it'll just do consistent AoE damage similar to Visual. You swap out to whoever your main DPS would be, and that way you have the electro damage on top of whatever you're working with. So he's very good. You also get him free just by completing the abyss. You have to complete certain amount of floors in the abyss and get him. Now, then his second passive is the range of the Resonant Skill Thundering Field and Thunder Uprising greatly expanded. When exiting during combat, if brightness is not full, Yan Wu will automatically leave one Resonant Skill Thundering Wedge in play. Not only are you getting the wire here, but then you have the potential to leave one on field, which is amazing. His outro skill unleashes thunderbolts in the area centered around the skill target, weakens the vibration strength of enemies upon impact, and intro skill is doing electro damage. So nothing too crazy on these. These are pretty solid, but the main thing you're really looking for is the skill usage and trying to get to this because this will really help the AoE of it. But again, once you work with, you can work with Alchero, you can work with Inland, you can work with really anyone you want. I think the great thing about this game is as long as you follow the DPS, sub DPS healer thing, you can really make any team work, although not all the synergies will be the best. You can work. Now, the thing about Donjon is I love Donjon, but Donjon has the potential to be a sub DPS as well. Let me explain. So if you don't want to utilize Donjon the way I would, maybe you're a main DPS, but consistently living on the edge, well, like with my rare and shit, intro skill, the outro skill is very good. The next character or other characters on a nearby team that activates an outro skill needs 23% havoc damage deepen for 14 seconds until they are switched off the field. So they are getting a 23% damage buff against the enemies with the outro skill. So, most DPS don't buff the next character that is coming on the field. Fion's not doing that. Calibro's not doing that. But Donjon can work in the sub DPS role. I don't think we have other characters. We have Couch. Yeah, it's not bad. But a good runner in sub DPS. Yeah. I personally don't respect. That's not how I like to play her. But it is a possibility. Now, there is a team that you can run her with, but I don't want to mention anything spoilers, word spoilers, so I will say there's options. There's options. That's all I'm going to say. We'll find out. So I personally, the two characters I'm probably going to get a little bit of hate for not recommending building is going to be Tauji. And I'm not going to say I wouldn't necessarily recommend building Tauji. I think you should build Tauji. I don't like Tauji personally. So Tauji is a shielder, counter parry, like people who play Genshin Impact. It's just not for me, but also realistically, the thing with this game is similar to Elden Ring, similar to the Soul series, or any really hard game like that. You're just going to get one shot in the end game content. Like, once you get to the point where the game is that hard, whether you have a shield or no shield, it really isn't the greatest thing ever. We'll bring up her kid though, so she does get the Tag Ascension passive, and then during the duration of her Resonant Skill, Rocket Shield character defense increased by 15%, and then after heavy attack strategic parry, successfully trigger 25 stamina as recovered. But yeah, I don't feel the need to build her now. Johnny is good, a very, very good character, very good CC. Just the problem is, A, how much do you really need CC, and B, how much that shield is really going to be helping you. So, breakdown, she's going to be getting crit rate, which is nice, crit rate's always good. Her skill puts her in a parry stance, and her Forte Circuit, once you have her Forte Circuit built up, so you each do normal attacks, you get her Forte Circuit, you build it up, you do this like thing, and you pretty much generate a shield over yourself. The problem with generating her shield is the time it takes to do so. Look at this. This is the problem that I'm talking about. I know she gets some sort of interruption resistance when you're doing this, but that is a very, very, very long time to shield the character. That way, I don't think you're going to have the time to do that if you're fighting an hologram boss. If you're in the abyss, the only thing I think she's really used for is the CC option, which is her ult. So, not a bad unit, but it would definitely be on my priority list of characters to build. Above Tauji, obviously, especially because of the CC. But we'll look into the intro outro. So intro skill pulls in targets within the range of dealing arrow damage to get more CC. And outro, the next character on the character on nearby gains 30% resistance duration damage for 14 seconds until they switch off the field. So our outro skill is very good. Outro skill is very good as well, but I just think there's better choices here. Damage and resistance duration here for force field increased by 20%, and the shield obtained with heavy attack and more than G spiral increased by 20. I just don't think it's as impressive as some other sub DPSs in the game. Now, Sanhua is a very, very good sub DPS. Sanhua is amazing, and everyone gets for free log in 5 days. Sanhua is pretty simple. So she's going to get glacier damage, which is great. Her resistance skill throw down this little glacier thing. I mean, it's pretty sick. Her burst deals more glacier damage. Her Forte Circuit's like a little bit of like a mini game. It's a timing thing. If you can get the timing done right, she does even more damage. Her intro skill, she just comes down, deals glacier damage. Her outro skill is what really helps her in the sub DPS category a lot. The next character gains 38% basic attack damage even for 14 seconds or until they're switched off the field. And the boost is damage done with Sanhua's resonance skill increased by 20% for 8 seconds after casting her intro skill. So they're rewarding you to get in there, do her intro skill, do her actual skill, then you get that massive damage buff, and hopefully by the time you get your internal energy up or it's already built, swap out, bam. So it's just a great burst of damage, and then also damage dealt by Sanhua's Forte Circuit, Ice Burst increased by 20% for 8 seconds after casting basic attack 5. She's a little combo heavy, and there is a little bit of timing thing on her Forte Circuit, but if you're good, she's great. She's great. She's absolutely a great sub DPS unit. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know a lot about Alco. I haven't really tested him a bunch. I don't want to sit here and tell you something wrong or what works and what doesn't work. If you know, let me know. I really haven't sat down and tested him. But yeah, man, I think sub DPS we're looking at Mortefi as being possibly the best. I would prioritize Mortefi. I would prioritize Sandra. I would prioritize Yangzu. You could go Janshin. Not my favorite, but it's possible. And you could go Donjin if you want Donjin to be a sub DPS for that one specific team. And obviously, yeah, Yang should be a top priority. Yang should be a top priority. Now, the healers, there's only two, and you get one off for free play. Baishi and Farina. Now, Baishi is like Farina's little sister. So what I mean by that is this. Going over her kit, you get her healing bonuses increase. Beautiful. For interim skill, Baishi calls Utah from a plunging attack, the little homie, while restoring HP to all team members. So when you swap out to her, you're already getting HP, which is beautiful. We love that. So immediately offer healing. The outro, Baishi heals the next character or other characters by 1.54% of max HP every 3 seconds for 30 seconds. Heal characters also gain a 50% all type damage to hit for 6 seconds. So 6 seconds is not a lot of time. So it's like considering what I'm saying, but this can work. And again, not only are you getting healing, but you're getting buffing for your on-field character. Now the Forte circuit buffs, but Baishi has resident skill, energy emergency plan. Each time generates a field of euphoria that lasts 15 seconds. The attack of the resonator who picks up the euphoria is by 15% for 20 seconds. Again, just more buffs. And Baishi's heavy attack heals team members with the lowest HP by 125% of our max HP upon hitting an enemy. You're going to use our heavy attack quite often. Our heavy attack is very standable. You can actually move it around with it. So W. Baishi's amazing, man. She's a great healer. If you don't choose Farina, build Baishi. Build Baishi. That's it. It's simple. But choose Farina. Choose Farina. They give you 3 free standard characters. Out of the 3, 1 should be Farina, bro. It has to be Farina. Farina is the best healer and potentially the best buffer in the game. Let's break this down. Intro skill, Farina attacks the target, does spectral damage, whatever. She gets her healing bonus, same as Baishi. Her outro skill, Farina heals the next character by 90% of her attack per second for 6 seconds. And all characters on nearby team gain 15% damage for 30. Instead of a 6% damage buff, you're getting a 30 second. 30 seconds plus 6 is a lot, bro. That is perfect for on-field DPS to dish out even more damage, and it's not as much of a cramp time style. The passives are pretty good as well. When Farina casts heavy attack, Star Bloom's midair, Resonance Liberation, or outro skill, attacks for all party members increase by 20% in 20 seconds. So you're getting even more of an attack buff, and Farina protects a party member from fatal damage, grants shield, strengthens to 120% of Farina's attack, lasting for 10 seconds. So realistically, bro, she's the best. This talent, if you play Genshin Impact, it's like C6 Kui. You can't die with that one character. If the character's about to die on the team and you have this skill active, they will not die. They have that little last stand type of thing, and she's amazing. Again, team comms, she's going to be in there, bro. She and Baishi are going to be almost irreplaceable. And Mortefi, Sanhua, and Yang I think are going to be the best really sub DPSs, and then the main DPS just depends on who you have and what the playstyle is. Now, obviously, when Yinlin comes out, Yinlin's going to be an amazing sub DPS that damages characters elemental burst as well. So you'll be seeing her in a lot of team comms, team without Calbro. But overall, man, this is why you should be building. This is how you should be running your team comms. And let me know what you think. This is my opinion. I love you. I'll see you in the next one.
Das neue Eisberg Vanilla-Duschgel. Völlig frisch. Dufte nach Parfum.
Hey guys, Be Natural here, and welcome to my character guide for Encore. Today, we'll be covering our playstyle, kit, gameplay, build, and team comp options. Whether you're trying to figure out how to play her, or just trying to decide if you want to pull her, strap in, because I've got something for everyone. This is my guide to Encore. Encore's playstyle swaps between a short to mid-range mage to a melee brawler to back pro. Her main gameplay loop is build your gauge, cast your heavy attack, swap characters, and repeat. Once you have her ult, you become a melee demon that slams enemies with fast, hard-hitting combo attacks. Her pros are that she has strong single target damage, decent AoE, works well as a main or sub DPS, although she shines as a main. She has lasers, she's cute, can 2-cycle for ulti, and she's easy to play. Her cons are that her attack chain and skills have a long animation, so you'll get hit frequently. This can be somewhat remedied by learning enemy attack patterns and using more dodge counters to start chains, but realistically, you'll be hitting him all the time, so getting good doesn't really work here. Additionally, the nature of her kit requires her to be mostly melee, so she doesn't quite fill the class fantasy of a ranged mage if that's what you're looking for in character. Okay, so let's start with her basic attacks. Her basic attack chain is a 5-part attack that ends with really strong down with bomb. Her heavy attack is a straight line projectile that explodes after about 12 encores or on ultimate. Her mid-air attack is a run-of-the-mill ground slam with 0 horizontal movement, and her dodge counter is the 3rd hit of the basic attack chain, which you can follow with left mouse button to finish the combo. Keep in mind that you can animation cancel the last hit of the basic attack chain by dodging or using her skill right when you see woolies appear in the sky. This is slightly faster than sitting through the end animation and will keep you slightly more mobile. Her skill is Flaming Woolies, which sends out her 2 summons to rapid-fire lasers at your enemies. When she glows white, you can press your skill again to fire a much larger laser. Alternatively, just spam your skill button so you don't have to worry about timing. The AoE of both parts is significantly larger than you'd expect from the visual, so it's not a bad option for AoE targets that are grouped up. Encore's Forte Circuit, or her passive, is her Mayhem State. The bar above her helmet will fill up as you deal damage with her basic attacks, skills, and intro skill. Once full, using your heavy attack will give you a 70% damage reduction and perform Cloud Frenzy or Cosmos Rupture depending on whether or not you're in your ulti. Cloud Frenzy is a slow charge up that eventually drops a massive movie for big damage. When you're in your ultimate Cosmo Ray form, you'll perform a similar length charge up that does periodic damage while sucking in nearby enemies towards you, then finish with a similar style explosion around your character. Using Cosmos Rupture while you're in your ult will immediately cancel your ulti form, so make sure you only use it towards the end. Also, please note that this is meant to be used right before swapping, since the animation will continue even after you've swapped characters, so make sure you only use this as you're about to swap, because dry casting this is always a large DPS loss. Cosmos Rave is her Resonance Liberation or ultimate ability, and puts you in her Demon State. In this form, her basic attack chain becomes a 4-part melee combo, her skill turns into an X projectile, and her heavy attack gains ulti hit and sucks in nearby enemies. It lasts for 10 seconds and is almost always played the same way. Upon entering your ult, you use your skill, the basic attack chain 2 times. Just as with her base form, dodge counters will start you from part 3 of the combo. After the second basic attack chain, you'll want to heavy attack to start Cosmos Rupture, then outro and swap to another character. Depending on timing and how much you needed to dodge, you may have to cancel your last VA chain early to get the empowered heavy from your ulti. Additionally, assuming you have full uptime and you have good ping and frames, you can get off a third skill usage before having to use your heavy sometimes. This is pretty difficult in practice, but just wanted to put this in there for you min-maxers. Her outro skill places a fire field under your next ally's intro skill that burns enemies and deals constant fire damage. And finally, her intro skill is a simple, single hit on swapping in. Her resonance chains, aka constellations or eidolons for you Genshin Honkai players, mainly increase her raw damage output apart from her RC2, which gives her 10 extra energy whenever Umi deals damage, with an internal cooldown of 10 seconds. With good substat rolls, and if there's a support in the future that gives your team energy recharge, it might be possible for her to one-cycle her ulti, but to be honest, I think that'd be pretty unlikely unless you have God RNG or you sacrifice a lot of damage to the way it stats. Finally, let's cover how to build her. Please keep in mind that the game is in a very early state, so this comes from my limited experience playing and some theory crafting, so focus more on the whys rather than the whats, so that you can make your own decisions in the future as we get more weapons and more team options. Also, I'm currently a free-to-play player, so my thought processes and statements may occasionally lean more towards long-term value over immediate strength. Encore is primarily a DPSer, so you'll want to use offensive-focused rectifiers. The best rectifiers that she can use for quite some time is likely to be Stringmaster, which is Yinlin's banner weapon, that's most likely the next banner. With the crit rate baseline and the ability to double stack the weapon's attack buff with her 2-stage skill, this is the best weapon for her by a large margin. Nothing even comes close of the currently known weapons. For weapons currently in the game, Cosmic Ripples performs the best, but Augment and Jinsoul Keeper are not too far behind. Since Cosmic Ripples and Jinsoul Keeper don't offer crit chance, you'll likely need to take that as your main stat line for your 4-star echo. If you're using Augment or Stringmaster in the future, depending on your substat rolls, you'll be able to take crit damage. Finally, if you don't have any of the other options, Rectifier of Night is the go-to 3-star weapon for her. Once the weapon is rank 5, which means it's been combined with 5 other copies, it'll perform fine until you get a replacement. Jinsoul Keeper can be obtained from the Ranger series weapon supply chest that we got from something, but personally, I recommend using the RON until you get your hands on one of the other 3. Especially since the other one-handed sword from the gift is an amazing get for people that can use it. For her echoes, I recommend using the full Molten Rift set for the set effect. Early on, with 10 cost cap, that usually ends up being a 4-cost main echo, followed by a 3 and 3 1-costs. Later on, with the 12 cap, you can replace the 1-cost with a 3-cost if you find a good one. Your main echo should be an Inferno Rider with crit rate or damage as the main stat. For your sub-echoes, look for fusion damage on your 3-costs and attack percentage on your 1-costs. Early on, focus on completing the 5-set bonus so you can get the set effect, as this will outweigh most of what you'll find on lower rarity echoes. Later on, start farming for purple quality or higher Inferno Rider with crit. Remember, you can farm echoes without spending your Wife Blade, so get the farm in. Also, unlike Genshin and Star Rail, even if you roll crit rate or damage on your primary, you can roll it again as a substat, meaning your ideal echo will have 3 crit lines. Encore's ideal team comp is generally her as the main DPS, a sub-DPSer, and a support. Ideal sub-DPS characters are Sanhua or Mortifi for damage. Sanhua is the more common pick as her outro skill offers basic attack damage deepen and increases Encore's highest damage percent skill, which is her auto attacks. But Mortifi buffs her heavy attack swap, which you do use, and also offers extra damage with his coordinated attacks. It's too early for me to make a sweeping statement on which is better, but definitely consider trying both of them out. For the support slot, there are really only 2 options currently in Verena and Baizi, with the former being the embodiment of I can do anything you can do better. If you have her, you should use Verena. And that's a wrap. Encore is an awesome main DPS with excellent cleave and is relatively easy to build around with the currently available 4-star units. She's easy to play with your brain off, but also rewards you for being more mechanical, making her one of the, if not the best DPS character of the standard banner. If you have any questions or suggestions for videos or content you'd like to see in the future, leave it down below and let me know so that I can get to work. May R and Jesus bless you, and have fun, Wanderers. Hello, YouTube. I'm Will31. We are ranked 4 SLP phase. I want to go over a quick video because I think a lot of you guys are progressing so fast. I made it level 30. And I want to tell you guys what to expect and also how you can prioritize your time now and not be super overwhelmed on what the hell am I supposed to do, okay? I am already starting to inform here, but essentially the first major thing, okay? The first major thing that happens at level 30 is, you might have noticed you've been farming, but data bank 15 is where you can start getting 5 stars. If you are below union level 30, you might be here, but you'll notice you can't actually claim it, which means that once you're at level 30, now you can access the 5 stars. Okay? So there's a couple things about the 5 stars that are really cool. First off is, it's only a 30% chance here, but if you move up 2 levels to 17, it increases to 50% drop rate. Okay? Now, you can't even push to 19, which is 80% drop rate, but I have viewers who have gotten here. You can't actually claim data bank 19 until you are level 40, so there's no point. Which means the max percentage from 30 to 39 is going to be 50%. Okay? So if you have time and you hit union level 30, I recommend first thing to do is try to get your data bank, push it to 17. Put it to 17. The only difference between 17 and 18 is the enhanced drop rate, 80-90%. And honestly, I don't even know how that else works. So I mean, someone else can describe it. First thing is 15. The second thing is for the data bank. Make sure that you're using the Echo Gallery. It is behind my avatar here. You'll notice in here, if you click on something and you go to crack, you can find anything. Just an example. Let's see, I want to find a flux. I don't have a flux yet. I can track it. Then I go to the text, and then it shows me where it is. And then you go there and you kill it. Once you kill it, automatically on your minimap, it'll show you this. So in order to get data bank 15, which is your goal, almost every single thing should be purple at least. Almost. I think when I had data bank 15, I had about 5 to 7 things that were good still, but like almost everything else I had a purple copy. If you have done the Echo web event, that'll give you nearly 5 star or nearly full Echo, and that will help you with your gallery. Second thing is you also have probably noticed that you can data merge, which if you select Echoes, it'll put your shitty quality ones into a big one, right? So I actually did this. It was actually insanely easy to do. But I would only recommend doing this if you're in data bank 15 to 17. Okay? Because the Echoes that you get from this burst system, if you read here, they are dependent on your data bank level. Rarity is subject to your data bank level. So if you don't have level 15 data bank, you cannot get full Echoes from this. Any Echo that you get from here, if you have not gotten it before, it will help you further with your data bank. I did it at 17, and I got all of this EXP that you see right here just from data bank. It's really simple. If you data merge, you can see I don't have them here, but just use your blues and greens. If you honestly like, use the blue here. So this I would say minimum, union level 30 and data bank 15. Okay? Anything else about level 30? Oh, yes. This is what I wanted to show you guys. Passive fields. So if you guys have noticed maybe in the game, these are essentially artifact domains. So these are artifact domains. These also are dependent on your data bank. You also can see the absorbable icon. It shows you the set. It shows you I can get arrow damage, I can get glacial damage here. Below union level 30, it's not worth to do these. Oh, that's also important. Someone in the chat said, if you are union level 30 and your data bank is lower than 15, that should be your number one priority. Okay, number one priority is maybe you're at 12, for example. You know, you haven't been really focusing on it too much, but you haven't had much time to grind. Once you're level 30, you still can't access the 5 stars until this is rank 15. So definitely prioritize it. Go through your world, use this gallery thing, search for every mob. Small bit of advice. I think this is really important. All of these overlord class bosses, if you guys have 2, and you have these boss rounds, every single one of these can drop an Echo. Every single one of these can drop an Echo. You can kill the boss and ignore the wave plate consumption. Just kill the boss over and over again. These bosses respawn every 2 minutes. It's pretty quick. You don't need to use wave plate. Just kill them over and over. Just repeatedly kill them. And Dreamless and the Doom Turtle, these also drop Echoes. So you can go in here. You can proceed through this. I'll just show you. You can do this domain. You can use the lowest level. You can challenge it as level 40. Probably pretty weak right now. I'll just tell you really quick. Okay, do I get an Echo? Okay. So this Echo. And I got a purple. But I don't have to claim this. And then you just leave. Well, you guys find none of this. Okay, but the 2 of the 3 weekly bosses you can absorb an Echo from. And that will help you for your Echo gallery. And then you can leave. You don't have to claim anything. Right? This is the actual thing that you can play. You just exit it away. And then you can literally go back again. You can do this over and over. You literally just go back here. You do the easiest level. I mean, I just have it again. Okay, so this one did not spawn an Echo. That's okay. I'm just showing you guys if you kill it again. Going back to the boss challenges. Weekly challenges, so Star does not have an Echo, okay? Because he is considered a human enemy. Humans don't drop Echoes. But the big turtle ass thing does drop an Echo, and so does the Stones, does drop an Echo.
You can check in here and go to your database, look at it. Yeah, so Dreamless here. Here you can see right here, Dreamless is different than Crownless. Both of these are two different things. They both drop independent echoes of each other. And Belmore, I actually have the blue one. This one also drops echoes, you can see here. Well, but I need to find this. I'm gonna farm one of these proof of concept and hopefully we'll get some gold echoes here. Okay, 2-2. I guess it's not bad. But yeah, so spectral damage, useless. This defense percent unlucky. All of these echoes, by the way, that you get from the gadget before, if you don't have them already, they will also contribute to your database. So everything really just contributes, and it's pretty good. Farming Tacit Discord, I believe, is affected by this. I tried doing it at database 15, and I believe I got like 4 golds out of like 16, 17, which is where I'm at now. I just got 2 at 2. I don't have that example. Anything else I missed for getting level 30 that's like fairly important. That's really just not echoes, right? Try to do artifacts, made a whole roll of this could be HP. If you want to go for enhanced offering, I don't know. Yeah, this I don't think it works right now because I've been doing a bunch of Overlord Calamity. Overlord Calamity is the world boss and the boss is doing a bunch of those. I think the last thing I want to mention is if you go in this tutorial, you might have noticed these ones are significantly higher level usually than what you'll find in your current content. I recommend doing these with friends. These also contribute to your database, and every single time you do, you always get a purple or gold depending on the level. So I'm going to show you a little bit of footage because I did this a little bit earlier with some of my friends. Yeah, it really helps for people that are. The stats are still RNG though, so you have to make note of that. And it does say at the bottom here that these special enemies we generate sometimes maybe it's weekly, but if they do come back, these are like essentially farmable, guaranteed 5 stars. Anything else that's worth pointing out? This isn't really changed. It's purple. Simulator challenge, yeah, gold. Boss challenges remain the same. Echoes is the important one. We upgraded. Weekly challenges, so I did do these. Yeah, you guys have been forgetting. This is not related to level 30, but still important. These middle nodes, remember doing your weekly bosses because these require the drops from the weekly bosses. So just as an example, Rena, hers is the attack percent boost. Really important. Rover gets a 60% damage increase to her skill, and then Gunji is 20% more damage. It's like the most important node out of all of these, really, and that's the middle node. You can do this before 30 for mining. I guess last thing is when you get to Union level 30, most of your stamina will probably be spent on trying to upgrade echoes. So that means that for your character level, I would highly recommend farming it 330. That's just an example. Right? These materials, I would recommend farming 330. While you can farm them post 30, I feel like most of you want to immediately get into clearing. I farmed my Junjins 330. Yeah, I wrote it. So I was able to ascend it to 60 and raise the HP. The funny thing is their weapons are still level 50 because I'm just lazy to upgrade these. I'm kind of looking for, trying to do my own research to figure out what's actually best for them. Oh, don't forget to upgrade your purples. At level 30, the mobs get significantly tankier. So if you are running blues and unupgraded echoes, you're going to feel no damage. It's going to take a long time to do good shit. So like even, good main stat blues and purples, you should upgrade them. Maximum 15, don't go past 15. And then when you get something better, just see it. That's all I want to tell you guys because I feel like some of you guys may be a little bit overwhelmed or unsure about how to use your stamina upgrade, right? You're probably doing all the quests. Make sure you're doing all the quests. I'm just looking up. Okay, do the main quest. Yeah, good luck. Once you are Union level 30, the RNG of the game begins, essentially. This is where you farm your echoes, you go for the main stats. There is no higher rating than gold, so good luck. Okay? You can be like me and get really unlucky and just like get defense and HP because sad. They started off good, but now it's plus 20 with 5 HP and 5 defense. You want to know how much it costs, by the way? Let me show you. This is how much it costs. I go to 25. It costs 64,000 EXP. 64,000 EXP for the last 5 levels. That's just as a comparison, okay? Plus 4 to 64,000 EXP is essentially 1 to 18 on the same time, right? So 2025 is the same as 0 to 15. Kind of sucks. Oh yeah, when upgrading echoes, I recommend keeping between 10 and 15. Actually, that is really, really expensive. Plus 50 on the main doesn't really matter to you. Yeah, these are like plus the same, right? Plus 25, only the ones that like have at least 3 or 4 relevant stuff that anything before. Because it's just great. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, by the way. I'm streaming a lot of my progress on Twitch. You know where to find me. Twitch.tv/flex. Okay. Anyways, good luck on your farming. And we will see you guys when I get to Union level 40. Bye-bye.
Hello guys, welcome back. Now in today's video I wanted to show you how I did this. I farmed it all the way up until the end. It only took me a day. So you can do this too. It's very fast, very efficient, but you do need to grind, right? It is fast, we also need to grind. And the method that I used was to rush certain milestone on these levels and get myself up to the next tier as soon as possible by helping myself with the target farming data bank, the merging, and on the guidebook, the milestone rewards. Because the milestone rewards, as you can see here, from level 1, they give